How do I mute
It's
the
called a
channel?
server mute function.
Yeah,
I
you
read
you
it.
right
yeah,
you right
apparently.
click. You right click on the server. You hit server mute.
Hi, Twitch. Uh, welcome to me being Discord, not able to do things. Mute server. There we go. Yes. Anyways, a D&D. Does anybody remember what happened last time?
We killed a squid.
You
Hentai
killed us.
tentacle porn gone wrong.
Oh man, the
I
least
was
fun
mind
hentai.
controlled.
You were, yeah. Aw, Shaylin. Shaylin, how are you feeling about that?
What did I do now?
Yeah,
Guys?
well,
Oh yeah, that happened.
you tried to haul Dwemer aboard a giant spooky squid ship. He did not approve. I assume.
I'm not talking to you, Elias.
Nope. Poor
We'll
Dwemer
continue
was
and I will grab alcohol real quick.
petrified the entire combat. Yeah, but anyways, you guys were just minding your own business, floating in your ramshackle building in space, and then this weird mollusk spaceship docked at the building, and Squid Guy came out and was like, "You can bow, or you can die." But then you guys were like, "Or you can die," and
Yeah.
you killed him.
And then he tried to leave, and we followed him, and then we
And
killed him.
him.
And then you killed him. Yeah. So, anyways, you are on a ship of a sort. It's a very strange ship. It's not like any like sailing ship that you're familiar with, but vaguely similar shaped, I guess. Appears to have a number of rooms, and also notably, there are two people. There's kind of a. Let's see. How do I? Oh, I'm on the wrong. I need my pointer. And I need to be on, not the GM overlay. How do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Screen.
Yeah, you indicated something. Yep,
Okay,
you
I was
did it
trying
again.
to get everyone to look. Blip, blip, there you go.
Mhm.
This appears to be slave holding cells, and there are two characters. One of them, kind of pale green skin, kind of pointy ears, like a high, shallow nose, kind of shaking the bars and just being like, "Oi, let us out of here. Who are you?"
And I fed him a good berry.
Oh, thank you.
So he is.
That's also she.
She. Okay.
Yep.
So she should not be starving anymore. Who's the other person? I don't recall.
I guess Suze. Sorry. You see, this other person is actually seated, but they wave at you. They are an Orad, which is basically a Pathfinder similar to a Ganassi. They're Geniekin. This person has shiny blue and black gem-like skin, with occasional crystalline spikes along the arms and kind of forming their hair.
It's
One of the
coconut.
Say again?
No. It's coconut.
Coconut?
It's a character I'd eventually like to bring into a D&D thing.
Oh, is that your OC? That's cool. Are they like an Earth Ganassi type thing?
Yes.
Yep. This person has kind of cool, intricate geometric tattoo designs carved into one arm, and he does not appear to have lower legs.
Oh, he's just floating?
Oh, no.
No, he's sitting.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Understood.
don't think Earth Ganassi can fly.
No, he's just sitting. There's a stool in there. He's got. It looks like they were once nice silk robes and stuff, kind of flashy, but they are kind of tattered and misused. And he just kind of like waves at you and he's like, "Oh, hello there. Are you our new masters or are you our saviors? What's your deal?"
I am a master dragoon.
How do we
The
open?
kid immediately scowls at you. It's like, "Of course."
How do we
you
open
it?
these cells?
They were. I would like to assume that they used keys, but the Tresk, the squid face over there, and the Githzerai, not Githyanki, sorry, the Githzerai kind of spits in the direction of the Mind Flayer. It's like it used some kind of powers to open and close these cells.
Well, let's hope he's not the only one that can use it.
Yep.
Are there keyholes or buttons on the cells?
Neither. They are
Neither?
magical opening close. Are you investigating stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna start poking
Sure.
around.
Shaylin is just going to try punching the force field or poking around. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for any device that, anything at all.
Okay.
Are they magic?
They're magic cells.
So
Mm.
magical force field.
So if they're
No,
magic,
they're just like they are like regular doors that slide left and right, like a standard jail cell things. But it appears that they are operated by magic. So perhaps if you use magic,
Hmm.
you could operate them. Vanril the
Are-
Road Rest. Are you wandering around in that lab up there, or are you just sitting there?
Vanril cares about the lab.
Okay. There's he hears you shuffling around over there, the Orad is gonna be like, "Oh, if you happen to see my chair over there, would you do me a favor and bring that yonder? It's like a little box."
can I do an investigation on whether the cells are shut via magic or only just controlled by magic?
Sure. Actually, I think that'd be probably Arcana, but that's a pretty good investigation. Yeah, you get the impression that it's powered by magic. So if you perhaps, all right, you guys are probably tapped, aren't you?
No.
Not quite, but we're getting there.
Magic.
Hey, dispel magic. If you dispel the magic on one of the doors, you find that it can just kind of slide.
Okay.
It takes a little effort to move it.
Which door do you anti-magic on? Because if Shaylin's attacking it, then she falls through.
I do it on this one.
Okay. You're letting out the gith.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She is very grateful. She kind of like springs out happily, and like kind of stares still distrustfully at you all. But there's like a weird. You can see there's a mixture of emotions playing out here, being like, "Am I saved, or are you just more assholes?"
Shaylin
What she's
sticks her
leaning
hand out and
towards,
goes,
hooray, I'm
"Friend?"
saved. Sorry, say again, Shaylin?
Shaylin sticks her hand out and goes, "Friend?"
Oh, hi, sure, if you're saving us, yeah, we're friends. I'm Kakar, what's your name?
I'm Shaylin.
Uh,
We got here, I don't know how, but we don't want to harm anybody unless they harm us.
that's good, then then perhaps we will be friends. Excuse me, just a moment, Shaylin. I need to get to, and she kind of pushes past you a little bit to get to the cell over here, and just kind of stares in sadly. And there appears to be a headless body in this cell below you.
Oof.
She just kind of stares somberly at a while.
Is
That-
that your husband?
That was my sister.
Oof.
That monster used her as a juice box.
Well, that's nice.
Juice box?
When did this happen?
Oh, a couple days ago, I suppose. I don't know. We've been in these cells for quite a while. Oh,
Well, she's
Hos-
well beyond my help then.
Oh yeah, nope.
What's a
Hoseki,
juice
let's
box?
get you out of here. You know what? I'll talk to you. Oh, Pat! Sorry, Shaylin, I picked you up. Let me get my cohort out though. Do you guys free Hoseki also?
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. You could just
I
be
would
like,
prefer
aha!
to.
Does that take
Our
another?
job is done.
Does that take another dispel magic?
It takes any burst of magic.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
Any burst you say,
Yep.
I'll hit it with my spiritual weapon. See what happens.
Cool. The door kind of
Oh, you
vibrates
still
and
have
then
your
slowly.
spiritual weapon.
You can see like these cool runes, like ignite briefly on the door, and it slowly slides. And at this point, you can also see that Hoseki has some kind of bracelets on his hand.
Ooh, shiny.
That kind of like not cufflinks. What are they called?
Shackles?
Kind of like shackles, but they don't appear to be chained or anything.
Manacles.
But they're like manacles, but they have some kind of runes on them.
Bracer?
No, they are definitely prison type things.
Oh.
And Hoseki is like fidgeting with them, and it's like, oh, if you've got another thing that could remove these things, that'd be appreciated. But if not, well, I had accents for you guys, and they're gone. These are the two same sounding characters.
If he's got shackles on him, I'll I'll use my last dispel magic on them if it works.
Make an investigation check.
An investigation?
Yeah,
I'll wait. Click. 7!
7. It's hard to tell. Like they definitely look. They've got some weird inscription on them, but I will say you do notice a keyhole on them also.
Alright, so there's a key.
Keyhole. I start
Yep.
fishing through the Illithid's robes.
Okay. Make it investigation check.
Sure
Or
thing.
I don't know, it's sleight of hand. No, investigation. You're looking for a key.
Yeah.
16.
Also, Shaylin goes like, "Why are you here?"
To whom?
To this guy
Oh, well,
and
As-
to her, and yeah.
yeah. That you do find, it's a really weird looking key, but you do find a key, and
Awesome.
Hoseki seems pretty amiable for someone who is trapped in a cell in a horrifying thing. It's like, well, we were captured. We were working. We were on an ice hauler, and this ship came up and scuttled our ship and took us hostage. And as my coworker over there said, I do believe this creature planned to use us as juice boxes. I believe is how she phrased it.
What's
Terrible.
a juice box?
Oh, you poor child. You're not from around here, are you?
Also,
You
I
guys
don't
have a
think
ship?
Juice boxes are made in D&D world.
We
But,
do not have a ship.
We do now. I can start
Yeah.
unlocking his manacles.
Okay, all right, thank you. As soon as you do,
Right.
they fall to the ground and like he kind of flexes his fingers a little bit and then wiggles them, and you see a little he makes a little light cantrip show up, and is like, oh, thank goodness. Be wary of those. They are some kind of anti-magic technology. Not a fun time, my magic using comrades.
I'm gonna stash them. Do they look like they still function?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have some anti-magic manacles
Anti-magic manacles.
and the key to go with them. They look like they fit, standard-sized humanoids.
Mhm.
Probably a halfling or the like might be able to slip out of them.
Right. Okay.
So since Shaylin wasn't answered, she's going over here to
Oh, sorry.
check out the boxes and shake them to see if
Remind-
there's any juice in.
Jeez.
Sh-
No.
Shaylin, that's not juice.
They were eating brains! Brains! That says Hoseki very dramatically.
Brains?
Yes.
Who's
Dwemer,
It's head cheese.
Dwemer, what are you doing?
Juice
Nothing at the
boxes,
moment.
head cheese?
Say again,
Head cheese.
Kevin? Sorry.
I'm not doing anything at the
Shaylin is
moment.
learning
You're just
some very
watching-
confusing stuff.
This stuff.
I'm watching the town circus as usual.
Yeah, about. Basically, as soon as both of them are free,
And can I get that box back to that NPC from like 10 minutes ago?
oh god, yes, sorry. I should really, do, an initiative thing so I don't lose track of people. Yes, you bring the box over to Hoseki, and Hoseki's like, hey, thank you, and pushes a little button on it, and then it turns into, you are actually standing on it, stand by. And I'm just gonna, turns into a wheelchair.
Yay.
A fancy smancy wheelchair. Objects, there we go. Whee! And Hoseki gratefully hefts himself into it. And you can see that when he's sitting in it, the wheelchair also has glowing runes that light up along its frame and stuff.
Does it look like it is intended for combat purposes?
Mayhaps. Mayhaps it does.
It might be some kind of combat wheelchair.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I was a little worried, I admit, that that creature may have tossed it out, but I know that he was trying to study it. Uh, glad to know the old girl's still in good condition, and he gives it a good pat.
Oh, wow.
What?
Meals
Anyway.
for one person. First boxes with juice, and now this.
I'm gonna give the Ganassi another a good berry in case they're also hungry.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. Okay.
I have some beef jerky or not beef jerky. I have fish jerky.
They will gratefully take any food you have to offer. There are
Kalen,
some.
all-person dinosaur meat.
One good berry should do it, folks.
They seem pretty hungry. Yeah.
Dinosaur meat.
Don't go
Yeah,
crazy.
well,
They're
they do
way.
feel, they're like, it's weird because like it just seemed like a berry, but I feel pretty full actually.
Don't go crazy, folks. The berries sustain you way more than they look like they should.
Bland but nourishing. As soon as they are free, Kakar is like, well, this has been swell. Thanks for the rescue. I'd like to get out of here now, and starts rushing for the top of the ship.
I'm not sure where you think you're going to go.
Oh, up stairs are this way. And then
Wait,
Kakar
we have
is like,
friends.
starts willing after being like, yep, it's been, thank you. Have a good day.
Where are you gonna
Uh,
go?
I assume onto whatever planet or world we have happened upon. I don't know.
There
We
is
haven't landed
nothing.
anywhere.
Yeah, so they get to the bridge and they see your quote ship. They see the remnants of the Institute and they're just like, what? What?
That's what's left of our home.
How?
We're not sure. We just got here.
Okay. Well, they just kind of sit there dumbfounded for a bit. Did anybody else want to investigate
have
the ship? I
friends down there.
apologize. You do have friends down there. They are also staring up at these two figures, being like, "Is this another thing that's going to attack us?"
And
But,
for
and-
They
Investigate
would
this
like,
room.
come aboard.
Yes,
We'll
for
be pirates.
Yes,
for
and?
for your own sanity, concentrate on one person at a time or one group of persons at a time instead of being like, what does everyone want to do, and then try and juggle them for the next 45 minutes.
It's very difficult. There you do find rations. In this room, there don't look to be very good rations. It's kind of like the equivalent of dog food, is what seems to be what Tresk has been trying to feed these people. Like just enough to nourish them and sustain them, so that they don't die in transport. But it's not very appetizing. But you do find there's enough there. There's enough food there to feed one person for like 2 weeks.
I claim all the rations.
Okay. Add 2 weeks. 14 days worth of rations to your inventory.
Alright, how do I equate that? Rations
Just
14.
yeah, just 14. 14. Okay. Sorry, who is next? Taylor, I apologize. I haven't talked to you much. What are you doing? You're investigating the lab?
Vanril wants magic and/or science.
Okay. You have found a sciencey area. It's a little bloody. Looks like this creature has been performing some kind of experiments over here. You don't see the victim. It's possible the victim was this lady down here, or I don't know, got disposed of post experiment. You see what looks like a little beholder in a liquid. It's dead. It's a dead beholder in some kind of tube, like they were just studying something about it. And various implements of science. You also see there's like a notebook written in really strange language. What languages do you know, Vanril?
Common, Dwarven, Draconic, Orcish, and Abyssal.
Nope.
Okay.
I have infernal in common.
Nope.
Shit.
It's, I mean, It is. Let me find the name of this language. It's fine. You know what? It seems to be. It looks like a journal of some sort. And there's some illustrations in there. You can guess that it is them taking notes about their science experiments. Weird drawings and the like. There's also, like I said, some like very sharp knives and scissors and the like there. Flasks, flagons, the magical equivalent of a Bunsen burner. Yeah, and let me see if there's anything else like actually useful over there. No, I mean, unless you want specific science stuff, you have before you a scientist laboratory with all of the accoutrement, tubes, cool tubes, some potion bottles that have mysterious substances in them.
I think the eggheads would appreciate this more than me.
It's
He
true.
he pockets the indecipherable journal and
Okay.
moves on.
Sounds good. I'm curious though, Vanril, do you get any kind of like flashback looking at this lab?
Flashback, no, but
Or like PTSD? I don't remember how much you remember of your experience in the lab.
humanoid experimentation is humanoid experimentation.
Yeah. It looks vaguely familiar in a way that's a little bit uncomfortable, but not familiar enough that it would be of any use to you.
Not nearly terrestrial enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're investigating over at the back end of the ship, and there's these 3 chairs.
Yeah, they look awfully important.
They look like thrones.
I mean,
and they've got
I definitely saw the Illithid walk in this direction, so I'm kind of going to go out on a limb and say this is where the magic happens.
yeah. This is it's actually the helm basically. It
Yeah.
looks like there's 3 of them. Each chair has kind of. It looks like it's got grooves for your arm and your head to like rest into the chair, and your butt. It's got a butt groove.
Yeah, no, it's clear to me that, I mean, there's no ship's wheel here.
Yeah.
So the Illithid must have interfaced with this in a strange way, and I want to try and figure out what it is.
Okay. You gotta sit in one of the chairs.
I'm going to take a deep breath first, and then start to sit in the chair, and then back up and ask myself what I'm doing with my life. Eat a good berry, sit in the chair.
Okay. It feels
I'm
pretty
gonna
comfortable.
watch.
Yep.
It's a weirdly comfortable chair for. It looks like it shouldn't be. Nothing appears to happen immediately. You feel a bit of a tingle. How much magic do you have left in you today?
I mean, I had spell slots.
Yep.
I have 2 first level slots left.
All right. You get the impression that you could feed magic into this chair, and it might do something.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do things on my own terms then. I'm gonna druid craft a bunch of vines to work themselves into the orifices of this device.
Okay. And that is your spell slot?
I mean,
spending?
I mean that's a cantrip, but if you want me to spend a spell slot to do that, I will.
Oh, okay. You spend a cantrip. All right. So, you for a moment, it feels like, for like just a heartbeat, you feel like you are one with the chair, one with the ship, and you feel like if you move your arms mentally, you're moving the ship forward. But then you
Yen's eyes get really
vamp
wide.
back out of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yen's eyes get really wide for a second and goes, "Oh, that's weird."
Yep. And then just as you got to that glimpse of like the eyes of the ship, you're back sitting in the chair again.
Okay. I
You alright? You look even spookier than usual.
I'm gonna try something. Hold on to something, and I just try and move the ship like just a little bit, just to verify that I do in fact have control of it.
It hums a bit, but it doesn't move or anything. You get the impression it needs more power. Kevin, would you please? I can't do the accent very well.
I can't give her much more, Captain. I'm giving her all she's got.
There you go.
So I have to spend a spell slot to do that, or I have to?
Yeah, it eats spell slots.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're telling me that the only person who can pilot the ship right now is me?
Or me.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I
Yen's got
could,
one.
I could. I got
Well,
I got a couple spell slots. I'll
You'll also notice there are 3 of these chairs. It is almost as if 3 people could contribute power at one time, if they so choose. For like an extra boost of speed or what have
Yeah,
you.
I look at Dwemer and I go, well, I'm not dead, so consider having a seat.
And I'm still kind of like messing around in the ship, and I hear the ship kind of rattle from the attempt.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna poke my head in as like, what the hell are you doing?
Yep.
Nothing.
We're playing magical chairs, lass. Take a seat.
Magical chairs? I haven't played this game before. I'm down. How does one magical chair?
I don't know. We're learning the rules as we go. Have a seat.
What are the rules of magical chairs?
I'll go ahead and spend a spell slot.
Oh, okay.
Do we play music and take each other's chairs?
As you're sitting
sounds
in the
fun.
chair, you're like, so do we like sing songs and whoa?
Oh man, if all 3 of you doing it simultaneously, I imagine this is a Pacific Rim. You're like drift compatible.
Oh yeah,
stuff
join
like
join us
for-
in the drift, Agnes.
What the
For a
hell?
moment, you are all one being. You, Dwemer, you hear Agnes's thoughts about musical chairs in your mind. Yend, you probably hear Dwemer being annoyed at Agnes's thoughts
Yeah.
about musical chairs. in
Dwemer
your
says
mind.
something that I can actually understand for once, which is weird.
And all of you, even though the ship does not have eyes, you get a general sense of being the ship. And you feel like you could probably compel it to move or do some things like unclamp its tentacles or whatever. Shaylin, you hanging out next to the tentacles?
Yeah, she's trying to wave the others like get into the ship. It's
Oh,
okay now.
oh, she's waving to the scientists. They probably would not see you from that deck. You'd have to be up on the up here.
Oh. Then she's on the top deck then.
Okay. You did. Which door did you go in to get in there? By the way, did you pass the pile of bones?
The stair?
Okay.
Or is this stairs?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
the stairs.
The stairs are yeah. The stairs are right here.
Yeah. Stairs and
Which reminds me, these
yeah.
guys are. Let me just drag them up to. Pretend he has his chair because it is a separate piece, and I will make a different cool token for it next time. Yeah, there we go. They're on the deck, just staring dumbfounded. Okay. Yes. So you 3 who are in the series helm. And I'm gonna go ahead and be upfront. I am cobbling together rules from multiple systems here, so
Okay.
this is a little bit Spelljammer, a little bit Starfinder, a little bit my own bullshit.
A little
so,
bit of rock and roll.
yeah. But okay, so Yen, you put in a first level spell slot.
I did.
Okay. You find that you have the ability to move the ship slowly in a direction of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
You have the ability to command it to retract or expand its tentacles. They can grab, they can pierce. You feel like the ship is telling you that it likes to like slam into other ships and like tear out the rigging and or other like sails and stuff.
Oh, so the ship is hungry for destruction.
This ship, it's weird. The ship's a little bit sentient. It's
Yeah.
not quite alive, but also a little bit.
But more importantly, it wants to break shit.
It does feel like the ship is like, this is my mission, is to fuck shit up.
Mhm.
Because it's not a battleship, but you get the impression it likes to hang out with its big brothers, and it leads the way and snips. It goes for the Achilles heel on whatever enemies they're fighting.
Yend figures that if it can have an opinion, it can have an appetite, and feeds it another good berry.
you where do you put the good berry?
I don't know. I assume this chair has,
Like a hole?
Orifice.
yeah, an orifice, or
Just
two.
shoves it into the floor.
Yeah.
You just find
Mashing it.
a floorboard. Yeah, sure. Dwemer, are you putting any spell slots into the chair? Or are you just relaxing?
So my first question is, did I catch Yen's thought of, oh shit, I can actually understand him for once?
Yes, probably. You are
Yeah.
all.
If we're all
Watch it.
interfaced, I'm like, holy shit, I understood what you just said.
Yeah.
Right. You get Dwemer's thought of, oh fuck, you're a bunch of lowlanders. That's the problem, is it? Fuck. And here I thought you were kidding this entire time. Alright, I'll give it a second level cell slot.
I just saw Shaylin's hentai.
Yeah.
We're calling it the hentai chip. Yeah.
Yeah,
alright,
guess what we're not
Alright.
calling it.
Dwemer, you have the same experience of being like you are one of the ship. You feel like the ship is a little bit communicating with you. You feel like you can tell the ship what to do, and it'll move in certain directions, move forward. You actually feel like you have more control over the ship than Yen does.
Okay, that's just weird.
Like Yen, if you try to get it to move, it's kind of like moving if your foot's fallen asleep. It's numb, so you can kind of like shake it and it'll go, but it's a bit sluggish. Dwemer
Okay.
feels a little bit less sluggish.
Okay.
Agnes, are you putting a spell slot in?
I'm putting in my last 3rd level spell slot.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, no, go for it.
It is in the ship.
It is in the ship. The ship thrums with life, and you see cool like glowy sigils and stuff light up, and like it's got sci-fi panels on the wall that hum to life, and you feel like you have access to some stations that seem to have been dormant previously. Like you feel like you can. There aren't computers, but fantasy computers. You feel like you can get some.
So
reading.
you're saying hologlyphs, not holograms.
Yes, exactly. Glyphs light up, and the glyphs change shape, and it seems like they are able to give you more information about. It shows you a little map, and you see some blips on it that kind of look like a blobby outline of the remnant of your building directly in front of it.
Interesting.
And there's some little numbers that are coming off of it, being like there's no gravity, 0, oxygen, only in this small radius, highlighted with a little arrow pointing to it.
See, I would have done that, but I figured you'd appreciate it more if I fed you all dinner tonight.
What?
Done put the full spell in.
Create food and water is a 3rd level spell, lass. I would have fed it that spell slot, but I've only got one left.
That's true.
Figured you'd all
I didn't-
appreciate it more if I fed you dinner rather than fuck around with the alien spaceship.
Admittedly, I
did
think.
not know that was what you had. As she speaks to him mentally in utter confusion, because like, I don't know you.
Yep. And yet, all of your voices, our brains, are in each other's brains. It's very strange. It's probably a little upsetting. I would probably be upset if someone
yeah,
could
I
hear
mean-
me idly thinking to myself,
Yeah, Yend is upset that his thoughts are open to.
are being broadcast.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Shaylin, you're just like, you guys don't hear. You see the tentacles like quiver a little bit, and you see some glowy stuff light up there. And these two are like, what are they doing down there? Are they gonna? I guess. I mean, this is probably a better ship than whatever that is. Staring disdainfully. Shaylin, are you encouraging the scientists to come aboard?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab some scientists real fast. Are
Can
any of
I
you guys?
move a tentacle to just grab them and shove them into the ship?
Oh man, can
Feed
you?
them into the ship's
I proceed to pilot a grabby tentacle and wrap it around everybody and
All right.
pull them and put them into the ship.
Gently,
You're going
including
be
the
gentle with them.
Okay, you can do
Okay.
dinosaur.
one person at a time, and they don't know that you're controlling this. They just think the ship is trying to eat them, so
What?
they're going to try to get away from it. So
I'm just like, so if I can control the colors, I will just like make it like green. If I can turn the tentacle green, give a little like high wave, and then like a little heart, and then very gently pat a scientist on the head before grabbing them.
Okay, all right, Kelly. We need to talk about consent. Apparently, the color of the
um,
tentacle
yeah.
does not change the rape.
Like, since we're all mentally connected to their boat right now, do we know she's going to try to do this?
Oh yeah, it's real weird. It's like someone else is picking up your arm and turning it colors and making cute little hearts with it.
Agnes, may I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
We do not have the spell slots to disembark today. So let's not worry about getting them on the ship right now.
Aw. I wanted to pat them on the head.
Well, let them know
Hey,
you're
you
gonna
can-
do it first, is all I'm saying. We don't have to
You
leave right
can.
this second.
Don't.
Also,
Okay.
control is a weird thing with this. Like, you feel like if you practice with it, you'll get better at it, but it does feel a little sluggish. So, uh, try patting an asteroid or something for practice,
Okay.
so that you do not squish your scientist friends.
Agnes is just disappointed and sad.
Oh, the tentacles mirror your the ship kind of mirrors your emotions, and the tentacles kind of droop and get a little blue. Sad squid ship.
Think of it as Christmas Eve. Tonight we eat well and have a hard time resting. And tomorrow everything is awesome.
Right, from now on, I'm going to call you Prudence.
Prudence.
Because you don't got any.
Oh,
Who, me?
Yes, you. Who else am I talking to?
I mean, I'm
Well,
a
I
guard,
hear
you
everything you
say.
think right now, just to be clear. I'm gonna disengage.
James, you're a bit of a jerk, but you're not that bad. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna disengage from the chair because, like, I've learned what I need to.
Okay. When you get out of the chair, first of all, there's a weird rushing sensation as you feel like you're falling back into your body,
Mhm.
and it's a little disorienting. And you feel real tired afterwards, just from a moment of spent in that
Oof.
chair. You get the impression that if you spend long periods of time in that chair, you may take exhaustion points.
Okay. Note to self: designate a pilot.
Maybe have a couple pilots.
I shall also leave the chair.
I'll go above
Okay.
deck.
Same thing. All right, so
I give the chair a little pat, and I'll be like, "I'll be back, little squid ship."
little squid chip. Oh boy.
Vanner
What
looks
do-
like he's looting a room.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay. Van Ruel, you're in. Oh yeah, you found the captain's stuff. You found again more books of stuff written in that weird language. In there you see supplies. Looks like there's some money of some sort. There's some potions. There's a rope. If you need some rope for stuff. I don't know. Stand by while I bring up the treasure. The treasure. Nah. Yeah. No. Where did it go? Loading.
Buffering.
Buffering. Because I was not smart enough to put this on the same notes as the entire rest of the thing. Ay, ay, ay. You find a couple potions of healing. 2 potions of healing. Uh, that's not it. No. Why is it not loading the descriptions? Ah. Um. A bottle, a potion bottle that has like it looks like a moving essence, a moving green essence inside of it. Hard to say what it is. There's also a magic scroll of some sort, a small vial with some kind of viscous liquid in it. Ah,
Uh, can I Arcana that?
yeah, yes, kind of. Yeah, Arcana check it.
15.
All right. You can guess that these are all probably magical potions of some sort. If you pick one, I'll let you know what you think it is based on what you've read.
Okay.
So pick one of the, I guess, things I described. There's a bottle with a kind of moving essence in it. There's a thin vial with some kind of viscous fluid. Um, there's some potions that look like they're obviously health potions. You don't necessarily need to identify them unless they're a trap, but they look pretty obviously like you've seen health potions before.
True. I have one in my pocket.
Yeah.
We'll take the swirling essence.
The swirling essence appears to be a bottle of encased dragon's breath. In this case, it is acid.
Hmm.
It seems like this is a flask. You quaff this potion, and it will give you the temporary use of acid breath, as if you are a dragonborn. But it might
Okay.
tingle a little bit going down if you catch my drift.
Mm-hmm.
There were some other items, but I apparently lost my notes. So, if we get a chance to take a break while you guys are doing stuff on the other ship, I will try to find the other stuff. Da-na-na-na-na. What is going on over here?
Wait, other ship?
Back to
Sorry.
our thing.
Back to fire. Yeah.
Mhm.
Should I assume that you're basically searching everything and gathering anything that looks useful or magic-y?
Mhm.
Benril?
Gathering everything.
Yeah. Gathering everything at the very least. Uh, of of use. Because if there's just like 3 chests worth of gold in here, I don't need to like hoard that. In fact, I physically don't have the means of doing that.
Right.
Should we assume that the scientists make it onto the ship?
Are you hurting them onto here? They're still pretty cautious about it. You want to make a persuasion check?
I'm gonna tell them that the situation. It's like we can move the ship, but we need more spell slots. So
Okay.
we can leave in the morning, if that's what people
Alright.
want.
They kind of all exchange glasses and glances. They exchange glasses. They all take off their glasses.
just,
Pass them around.
just rapidly, like, oh, I say, my word.
The gasp.
Your vision is terrible.
Wow. No wonder you
You
can't
only
read.
have a monocle.
Yeah. One of them puts on 2 monocles, and then they both pop out.
On the same eye.
Yeah. They exchange glances, and ask you, Shaylin, are we planning to are we camping in the squid tonight? Are you sure you want us to be in there, or should we stay out here in open space, I guess?
Shaylin thinks a moment and is actually has something in her brain going like, "You want more rocks to rain down on you?"
You know what? That's a good point. Everybody on the squid ship. This is Chaka being like, all right, chop chop, everybody get on. I like, come on, Rudo, and she just grabs her brother and starts dragging him up, and Rudo's just kind of like bumbling along. But wait, I don't. But it's I don't want. Oh, all right, I'm going.
I also assume we're taking the breathing device and some plants.
That you can if you want. There is air in this ship.
Yes,
There's-
but we might still need
Yeah.
it for other things. So.
That is good. If you would like to take that, absolutely. Here, let me just go grab stuff. If you're having them all come over here, I'll just drag them from the other map. That stuff.
Plus, they're scientists. Shaylin would think like, I don't know how any of this works. Maybe they do. They smart.
Dwemer walks up to Shaylin, pats her on the shoulder. Tell them to bring their own bedding.
Bring their own bedding.
Not a lot on this ship.
That's a fair point.
Shaylin offers to get most of the bedding herself since she's strong.
Right, you have fun with that.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
One of them, not three. Fen is gonna call down from the institute, the building, I guess, and be like, there's a hamster. There's message. Should we get the message? Should we? You know what? I'll just take this. And he just kind of awkwardly tries to pull one of the hamster tubes off the wall. And Error's like, but don't you? I just fixed it. You know what? Fine, I'll take it. I'll help. And he helps pull the thing off.
Maybe don't
And
break
they-
the. Okay, never mind.
It was already broken. Look, it doesn't have a top. But
Are you telling me that you're turning the hamster tube into a cellular?
yes, I don't know what that is, but yes,
It's a cell phone.
I see. I don't know what a
Hamster's
phone
fault.
is.
Yeah, the dungeon master knows what that is. The
Yep.
dread stench does not.
Well,
It sounds like a stupid invention my cousin would make. Cell phone.
Oh fuck, that's going on the list.
Anyway, so
shit
they
group sells in the shop. Cell phone. Don't know what it does.
Yeah,
Trick.
I have a file called
Yeah.
Grook's Emporium of Weird Shit.
Yep.
my god.
Here, I will paste. Yeah, I will say the place, the ship does not look very homey.
Hell, you scoff at Chris's list of weird shit, but that is where the scroll of ice rats and the can of Furry of Bros came from.
Oh my gosh,
God.
Todd, that's
But
canon.
That's a beautiful guinea pig.
That is the canon of what the cell phone looks like. The Dread Stitch
It's
cell
funny.
phone.
They're right. Cats do look like their owners. They both look like potatoes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Shall I draw that?
Yes.
Yes.
So it shall be.
Do you have to ask?
I do
All-
apparently.
All communication in fire must be done through some form of rodent. That's just the rules. I don't make them.
We have instant messaging hamsters and now
Mhm.
cellular guinea pigs.
Yeah. Technology. Wait, I went to the wrong map. Go back to the space map. Here's a cool energy generator. Currently set to generate oxygen, but you could probably use it for other stuff. I'm missing some scientists. Do, 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 do. No! Don't be dead.
You know, that is actually the appropriate music for this scene.
Ba, 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 da, da, da. Copy. Paste. Nope, wrong map. Blast it. I have too many maps. Too many maps.
Too many maps.
Yep. The two that you rescued are just kind of standing awkwardly, being like, "Well, it's cool if we stay, right? I mean, we don't actually have somewhere else to go. Where are we? And how did you get here in whatever that is?" They're asking whoever's nearby.
Who? The former prisoners?
Yeah.
Well, I guess since I'm standing right next to them.
Yeah, go for it.
Did I get Branwyn?
Um,
Branwyn! Must not
well,
forget Branwyn.
Where's
Um,
Branwyn?
Funny thing that it all started when the building went to hell, and we found ourselves. What was the first instance? It was the dinosaurs or the realm of fire. Anyway, where shit happened, it feels like they are being forcibly moved amongst the planes of existence. And then we ended up here in the end.
Oh
We're
snap!
not sure where it is. But obviously it's got something to do with space because you can see the fucking stars right out there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Rudo,
yes, that.
yep. Rudo had sat down and was kind of trying to hastily draw sort of a star map by just what he was observing. And just keeps muttering to himself, being like, "This doesn't quite match, but it looks familiar." Oh yeah, you hear a little squish squish sound, and a little brain puppy comes peeking around the corner.
Christ, what the hell is that?
It looks like. Dwemer, I think you were frozen the whole time. You never got to fight that. I don't think the other one actually got to do anything. But anyways, it looks menacingly at you. It takes a menacing pose.
I raise my boot.
What
It-
is it?
It's one of the intellect devours.
Oh, one of the brain puppy. Got it.
Yeah.
Don't
You raise
make
your
me
boot.
squish you.
It immediately like cowers and scuttles back into a storage room to hide behind some
Can I
boxes.
pet the
So
brain
it's a
puppy?
good brain clab, yeah.
If you can lure it out.
Is there still a brain puppy? It's gonna take months to get it out of there. Hey,
Oh, I almost forgot Larry. Agnes, I feel like you're gonna be like the Pokemon trainer by the end of this adventure.
I have Larry and Branwen. Let me just
Where's
add
Larry?
a brain
There's Larry.
puppy.
Let me bring Larry too.
fine.
Are you
He's
sure
important.
you didn't spec a ranger?
I'm very certain. I'm just so charismatic that animals love me.
Hey,
You
as, lo-
also offer them food, which is the number one thing that
yeah,
animals tend to
as
like.
long as it's devouring your intellect, I'm okay.
Are you trying to lure the brain puppy out?
I wish to lure the brain puppy out.
I want nothing to do
Alright.
with it.
This'll be tricky. Because brain puppies don't eat regular food. How do you lure this creature?
I very calmly, very directly state that if you want to continue living on the ship, then you cannot devour our intellect, but you may devour any other person's intellect that we consider an enemy.
The two ex-prisoners just kind of share a look and be like, "Oh, okay. It's like that, is it? All right." The brain. How smart are these guys?
Yeah, does it understand?
Because otherwise, I will set Dwemer to boot you.
Boss, you couldn't
Make
set me to do anything if you put your mind to it.
Yes.
make a persuasion or intimidation check, depending on how you're feeling.
I intimidate.
It kind of like it does a little cowering motion and then scuttles out to be like, "Yep, all right, you're the boss. Whatever you say, boss."
I give the brain puppy a little pat.
It's slimy and like weirdly squishy.
This is fine.
It's a little unsettling to touch. It just kind of pulsates.
It's just wet pasta.
Yeah, it's like you're petting wet spaghetti. It's fine. Pat, squish, squish.
Cold, wet spaghetti.
Yes.
Let's see.
I now have 3 pets.
My notes. Where they? What names? Kekar. Kekar is gonna be like, she's gonna go back below deck, and try to start getting her sister's body ready for a burial. And be like, excuse me, I need to do something about this. And she's going to turn to you guys and be like, can I take some, I guess, stuff from your quote ship so I can make a a sending off box for my sister?
If we have enough, I don't see why not.
That seems reasonable.
Okay, so she goes she awkwardly boards the SS Institute and gathers up some stuff to like some blankets and things to make like a wrap, and some random wooden boards and stuff, and kind of makes a
So
box,
what you're saying is we're having a fire sale.
a fire sale. Yeah,
Scram,
everything must go.
bam.
And in the meantime, Hoseki is just kind of awkwardly chatting everyone up, like, so yeah, we were just minding our own business, you know, hauling ice. We just started working for this like there's this intergalactic trading company called the Crimson Caravan Company. I don't know much about them, but they've been kind of buying up some of the smaller traders around, but they seem to be a pretty good company to work for, I guess. But we were just hauling ice, and then you know, the Fire Nation attacked, and here we are. Thank you for rescuing us. Whew. Where are we? I wonder. Uh,
You would know better than us.
kind of peering at like the asteroids around, peers at the stars, and then kind of looks at Rudo's map. It's like, oh, okay, you know what? I think I know that two-star system, and kind of looks out and sees and kind of points in the direction of a particularly bright star. We'll say this bright star.
That one.
That's the one.
Oh yes, the pulsar, not the safe one, the immediately dangerous one. Got it.
Yeah, towards that. You know, beyond the asteroid belt that is threatening to crush our ship and everything in it. You know, past the grinder. I believe if we head, you know, the second star to the right and straight on till morning, there's
Oh
a,
my God.
there should be I think we're on the edge of the Galarian system. So if we just head yonder for some distance, I believe there's an outpost on a planetoid. We'll have to go through a nebula first. And are you guys experienced Starsea travelers?
No.
We've been here an hour.
Say again, Taylor.
We've been here an hour.
Huh? And how you were teleported here?
Magic.
For lack of a better choice of words, yes.
Yeah.
We're
Stranger things.
We're from a place that was largely attached to the ground at all times.
You guys are way out of. You're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
What
Well,
the
you're.
fuck is a Kansas?
Who's
Oh,
Dorothy?
It's a planet. There's lots of tornadoes. It's very sepia colored. I believe
my
Dorothy's the one who runs it. Last name of Gale. Anyways, you're lucky that this was just a scout ship. We should probably move away from this space as soon as we're able. As soon as everyone is able to rest up, because there are more of these ships out there, and they usually come with much more crew. So I advise you not to linger longer. We should, if you are willing to allow us to continue, I guess on. It's not my favorite place to stay, but continue on the ship till we get to a safe haven. We'd really appreciate it.
You're welcome to come with us with the understanding that we don't know where we're going.
Well, great. Then you can take us where we're going, at least where we think we're going, and maybe you can figure out where you're going when we get there.
It's a good enough reason for me. But we can't make
Yeah.
this move until morning.
All right.
Agnes has listened into all of this, but her brain has been absolutely preoccupied with developing a name for the brain puppy.
All right.
Its
What's
name? It's Mashig.
Mashig?
Matschig.
Will you spell it out?
It's German for squishy.
Squishy. will you spell it in the chat for me?
The Matschig.
Matschig.
Squishy.
Yep.
Squishy.
The scientists are all milling around the ship, inspecting stuff. And they brought in some blankets and the like that they stole from various bedrooms around. And they're like, well, I guess it's it's not homey, but it is enclosed, and that is a step up.
At least
Didn't
we
you
won't be
say
dead.
the weird magical orb thing that the director gave you is supposed to also do something like temperature control?
They did bring that with. Kitten is standing on top of it. There
Then
we go.
at least we'll be warm.
Yep, warm. You've got oxygen. Between Goodberry and create food and water, you guys will be well fed. Um,
Actually, that brings to mind something. Dwemer walks over to the end. So, how do you feel about good berry muffins?
oh,
I don't think
Raise his eyebrow.
good berries are not known for their flavor, but you're welcome to do what you will with them.
they'll be
Well,
very
I was
nourishing.
just thinking,
muffins.
the create food and water spell is supposed to only make things that are staple foods, right? So, flour, I can do. Bit of berries, bit of flour, out of the fruits that are up there in the former, former institute.
Mhm.
We should be able to make something that's fairly tasty for the next couple days. After that, we're fucked, but
Well,
what?
Yep.
What is you laughing about, Prudence?
The
I should-
finding Nemo jokes.
And Agnes just looks over and goes, oh, nothing, nothing. Just, just fucked.
yeah.
Yep.
Hey, you see how stout I am, lass? It's because I like good food.
That means you're thick.
Aye, thicker than you'll ever be.
Oh, you wish.
Right. Well, yeah, we'll have enough food. That's the point.
Aye, it just won't taste as good as it could be.
I hand him what's left of my good berries from the last time I cast it, and I'm like, experiment away.
Let's see what I can do.
They go bad in 12 hours.
I better get cooking.
Okay. As you search the ship, so you basically have found, like I said, 14 days worth of rations. There is a variety of bags of gems and stuff that could be used as money.
What is this
Ro-
pile of hay down here?
It looks like that's probably food for. Maybe it was intended for food for livestock. There does not appear to be currently livestock. There
And
was
there's
hay.
this whole box of sundries over here too. I'd like to go through.
Yep, that's where the rations came from.
Right,
like
but I'm looking for like anything perishable. Put it in the pot.
Yeah, totally. There's like mushrooms. You think you see some little dried, what are they called? Myconids? It's a little, like some of the mushrooms have a little bit of a face to them.
They might have been sentient at one point.
They've been preserved. But you know what? A mushroom's a mushroom, am I right?
No.
The longer, everybody dreams of going to space until you get there, and then you're fighting space squids and eating talking mushrooms.
It's not talking right now. It's dead.
It's
I'm not
cold
going
and
to
it
that
sucks here.
Yep. You found some potions up there. So supplies, 14 days of rations. However, there's also like a weird rod, just like in there. Looks like it was shoved in the back and then forgotten.
I investigate the rod.
Eh. It looks like a.
Anything you want me to roll?
Make an Arcana check.
Character sheet up.
Or an investigation check.
Where am I? There I am. Character sheet. Investigation.
I keep forgetting to watch the chat because you guys actually have conversations in the chat too.
Oh, I just shoot little nonsense things. You can
Yeah.
work out my stuff.
Well, it looks like a really cool rod.
You want some help with that, Dwemer?
Are you even anywhere near me at the moment?
No, I'm metagaming to a high degree.
I'll hang it on my belt for now, and then I'll
Okay.
investigate it later.
You've been around enough magic stuff. You suspect this is also some kind of magic thing.
It's magic. How can you
Yep.
tell? Because of the runes.
Yeah, it's all because if it's not magic, it's disappointing. Someone was trying to make a magic wand and they failed.
Well,
Or it's
hey,
one of those knockoff, costume magic wands that all the kids are using these days.
you've seen my brass beard holders. They've got runes all over them. They're
It's
not magical either.
That's true. But your runes are like alphabet runes, right? Or are they like charms?
That too.
What do the runes on your breast stuff say?
Happy birthday, Father.
Aww. My heart. I just thought it was gonna be like they're dwarvish swears or something.
And on the back it says, "Eat a dick."
Yeah, like you're very subtly cursing people out. But man, go for my heart like that. What's your son's name? I have to be taking some notes.
My daughter's name is
Sorry.
Lissa.
Daughter. Spell it for me.
Lissa.
Lissa. The dungeon master regrets asking.
And
happy
she's a
she asked.
drow.
Oh, drow. The dungeon master regrets. Wait, hold on. There's a character right here. Telling me. Kithen says, overhearing Dwemer talking to himself about his daughter. You probably were not talking about that out loud, I'm guessing.
No.
Okay.
Unless I was
Never.
cursing in Dwarven.
Then she fucks off. Whatever. I don't want to know about your backstory. What's in this cage? I'm gonna poke this dead squid man. Well, all right. More on that later, I guess. Let's see. But you
Next
gotta come
time
around.
on Dwarf Angry Z.
You got some kind of one. Who took the manacles? Yend?
Yes.
Okay. Agnes took the rations.
Yes.
Vanril took the all the potions
And a book.
and the book.
And
Yes.
a book.
Did you take the scroll too?
Which one?
There was a magic scroll in there too. I assumed you checked everything. So there's like in Yawn captain's quarters up there. You saw a bunch of like
We haven't-
correspondence.
Well, we haven't gotten to that, Dungeon Master.
Oh, my mistake. I thought you had searched the whole ship at this point.
Did you tell him that a scroll exists?
I mean, you can kind of see on the table there's a bunch of paperwork. Do you go into the captain's quarters, Vanril the Well-Dressed?
Yen, would you like to help me continue looting so we can consolidate all the valuables on the ship?
Yes. That sounds good.
I just go and sit down on a pile of books and begin to strum and and I'm going to consider this a time of short rest and do Song of Rest.
Yeah, if you guys would like to take a rest at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Now's a
Shaylin
good
brought in
time.
a few beds, and
It-
she's sleeping in one of them now.
It's time is hard to tell when it looks like permanent nighttime.
Yeah,
But
we should rest.
it has been a day.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel like every once in a while a rock will kind of bounce off of a small asteroid will kind of bounce off the ship. But you can see that the tentacles kind of like flail up and try to like bat it away because you've charged it with power. Good work. You do get the impression that, you can see that off in the distance there is an asteroid belt drifting closer. So you feel like you probably shouldn't stay there more than a day, but you'll probably be safe overnight.
Let's move as many beds as we can onto the ship so that people can have a roof over their head when they sleep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, for
Get-
my role, or can I roll how many beds Shaylin brought onto the ship?
Sure. Roll a
Right.
d12.
Strength?
Or
Okay.
no, I don't think you would need strength.
I don't
Either.
feel like you
It's
need to
funny.
roll for that. Just
Uh,
Okay,
6.
6 beds he brought onto the ship so far.
Yep. That is how many whole beds unsevered by weird magic bullshit you have managed to bring in so far.
Yeah,
Uh,
I forget how many beds were on the previous map.
yeah, but I feel like there were some quarters around the edges. Like we should be able to come up with something for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, even if you can't get whole beds, you're able to find blankets from stuff. Error, actually, because this is like, he's the head of housekeeping, that's his thing. So he just kind of starts making trips, grumbling to himself the entire way, being like, man, I get sent to space and they're still making me do freaking housekeeping stuff. I hate this. Blah, 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 blah. Goblin, 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 goblin. As the rest of the scientists stand around and are like, yes, quite fascinating indeed. How? My,
Where? I'm a goblin.
Ah, man, you freaking scientists and your stupid science bullshit. And at this point, this is my, I guess, gentle reminder that it's weird that he doesn't have a shadow. You guys probably always noticed this, but I don't
Yeah.
know if I pointed out before. He doesn't have a shadow.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Error the Goblin has no
Oh.
shadow. And in fact, you know what? Hakusai, not Hakusai, what's his name? Darn it. Names. Not Tresk. Hoseki. Hoseki is like, that goblin, there's something like weird. What's going on with it? Why don't you have a shadow? And during one of the trips, Error is just like, my stupid cousin ripped me off in a bet. Don't ask. And goes to get more blankets. NPC backstory done.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on.
Mm-hmm.
So
What-
he will do that for a while. You guys can instruct him to get other stuff if you want. You don't have to search for things. You did all the fighting. You could make them work a little. if you
And how
wanted.
about this captain's quarters?
Captain's quarters? Hey, over there. Sorry, I was playing with my NPCs.
I know. You forgot what you were doing.
I was playing
Did you
dolls.
see anything? No, sir. I did not see you playing with your NPCs again.
Yep. You see, a very crowded there. It looks like a writing desk. There's some fine writing implements and stuff. Looks like there's a lot of correspondence. Again, in that strange, language. Looks like it's a weird writing style. It's like 4 dashes, but when you look at it, it kind of gives you a headache. But a bunch of that written in that language, and then you just do see a couple suspicious-looking scrolls, I will say.
Suspicious?
Magic-y looking.
Like they might have spells on them?
Yeah, like, let's check out this one.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Well, you see a scroll with some illustrations on it that certainly imply magical shenanigans.
Arcana check?
Yeah, go for it.
I would like to help him with the Arcana check.
Yeah, go for it. Whoa, okay. He didn't even need the help.
Yeah, that's a 25 grabby.
You see, that is a scroll of teleportation.
Ooh.
What?
Yep. Do you see what's on it?
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I was like. Check out the scroll. Also works for Misty Step, but I wanted this to be a bigger scroll than Misty Step. But
What?
if you come across any Misty Step scrolls, I'm also using that scroll for that.
What? What's happening?
Sorry, do you not see that?
What
We're
are we doing?
looking at the art on the scroll.
Oh, it's
Oh.
okay. Yep. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Joke got.
Now, see, I actually saw the Portal reference before, but I was like, oh, okay, Portal reference.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey.
But that was like an hour ago,
Yeah.
so I had already forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good work.
Let's index everything else in here before we start divvying things up.
Oh, Kevin, I just saw the picture and that's adorable.
It is, isn't it?
What is that from?
I have no idea.
It's super cute.
It's
Okay,
great.
good. I like it.
Mhm.
Cool. So you take this scroll with the fancy picture on it. There's also a some kind of wooden amulet. An amulet that smells of old ale-stained wood. Carved, sitting on the desk.
Arcana check? Okay, I might need help on this one.
I mean, it's a cool, smelly amulet. Kind of looks like a leaf.
Vanriel, you want to give that a shot, or should I roll with advantage?
I would say, yeah, roll with advantage.
All right.
I'm just sitting here watching
Well,
them from
shit.
the corner.
Yeah. Trying to be like, and
Yeah.
we rest now, right? And rest. And rest. And stop searching for stuff and rest.
Pretty much.
Yep.
I pull out for the first time in this game my stuffed mittens
Aw.
cat and chuck it out onto the floor and strub my whatever the heck I have because I've forgotten, and
You-
it does a little dance.
Your hardanger?
Yeah, my hardanger.
Yep.
It does. It makes my little cat dance.
Oh, that's very cute.
Well, we can't figure out what this stupid medallion is.
Nah, just some kind of cool medallion. I don't know. Looks
Yeah.
neat. There's a lot of cool random junk on this desk.
What else we got?
It's weird because the rest of the ship is very Spartan, very sparsely decorated, not very homey. But there's a comfy chair. There's like a whole bed.
Do we have more loot
I
to
think I'm
identify, or
Nope, that appears to be it.
all right? Well, we
What
don't.
the heck? That's not what. Why do I have no?
What am I seeing?
I see them frustrated, so I come over
Oh, okay.
and do you need help?
I hold the medallion out to her and be like, we don't know what this is.
What is this stinky medallion?
I whisper to Vanriel while she's
19.
playing with that. I'm like, do you know any sigil sequence for a teleport circle?
Did our Arcana checks it at 19?
19. That certainly looks like some kind of magical amulet.
Wow, a 19 didn't work.
It's not. No, it's magic. It's
Yeah, what is it?
all right. It's an amulet of the drunkard.
Amulet of the drunkard.
Yeah, it's an item. It smells like ale. It's let's see here. Let me bring up the info on it again. I'm on the wrong page. Amulet of the drunkard. It is smells like old ale-stained wood. While wearing it, you regain 4d4 plus 4 hit points when you drink a pint of beer, ale, mead, or wine.
Oh, this should go to Dwemer.
Once the amulet has restored hit points, it can't do so again until the next dawn. It's a lot of hit points. For well, not a lot, but for this level, that's a lot. You're not sure why the Illithid has this in his cabin? Not sure they drink ale.
I mean, a snack?
Yep. Could be a snack. You don't see any alcohol on board.
What if it changes the taste of brains?
Could be. Could be like the brains are like gummy bears that you put in alcohol and they absorb the alcohol flavor. I don't know actually how alcohol works.
They get all fat and swollen and wrinkly.
Yep. More wrinkly.
In response to Yen's questioning, Vanriel pulls out his scroll case of notes and begins poring over them.
Looking for a teleportation
Yeah.
code to anywhere. I mean, Vanril.
Like he moves back into like the other room
Yeah.
and like starts spreading them out on the floor.
Mhm. You're. Do you think Vanril's the type who would just write down random teleportation circle sequences? Because it's a very wizardy thing. Not sorcerers. I don't know if they'd be as interested in it, but that might just be stereotyping.
It's a cleric thing too.
That's true. Does Dwemer keep track of teleportation circle sequences?
Not for the Temple of Thor.
Hmm.
To answer your question, and Vanril doesn't need any academia for magic. His academia is trying to just learn magic, not for the sake of power or wizardry. It's that he's trying to figure out what the fuck he is.
Right. He's studying for understanding. Of it.
Yes.
That makes sense.
So
Uh,
the thing is, he
mhm.
doesn't know necessarily what like he is looking for right now,
Mhm.
but he's looking for it all the same.
Okay. Uh. Hmm. Do me roll a d20 for me,
Okay.
and then
Okay. Fair enough.
yeah.
So Vandril, you're
Mhm.
next to the staircase, right?
Yep.
You're gonna start hearing swearing in Dwarven, and you're gonna start smelling something that smells an awful lot like burnt toast.
Oh, that can get fucked up. Oh,
You try cooking over a brazier.
that's
Pull
right.
the holy fire down here.
You're using the little Bunsen burner. Oh, this thing. Yeah.
I mean, if he
It-
needs help with cooking, I can just put my hands immediately into the pot or fire to fix things.
Are you also fireproof? I thought you were.
I have resistance to fire damage.
Fire resist.
Oh, okay. Fire resist.
Tiefling stuff.
That's handy.
That's not fireproof, only resistant.
Yeah. I think
So
it just
that's
means you
a-
take half.
So it can still hurt,
Yep.
but it's a lot less. Anyway, to answer your question, and that was a 14.
That was 14.
roll
Okay.
22.
That was not. That was not. You did not. You were reminded of some notes that you found when you were randomly in the institute before on that Orem Dafer person. And you have kind of an image in your mind of seeing a teleportation circle in your master's lab, but you don't remember the coordinates, so to speak, of it.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
But you have a pretty good understanding of like, okay, I know what that is, and I know that the next time I see one, I could probably take notes on it, and then we could use this to get to that. Anytime we need to
Yeah.
go back there. Of note, there were not any teleportation circles in the institute. Not for all that there are some magic-y people there. It almost seemed unusual that there were no easy teleportation circles to get
Well,
there.
it is in this moment that I understand why that might be the case.
Do you?
I mean,
Because then
D-
anybody,
d-
any asshole could just bamf in.
yeah, I mean, the location of fire was not a secret to the public. It would not have been too difficult to get the sigil sequence if they really wanted it.
Yeah. They probably would have advertised if they had one. Be like, come
Yeah.
visit us. Look, it's just an easy teleportation thing
Mhm.
away. You just
Yeah.
go in here and it.
I think
the
there's
frogs
probably a
would've-
very good reason the administrator didn't want a teleport circle. He's like, great, that's what we need. Unsolicited visitors.
Already trying to herd cats with all
Yeah.
these scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I guess I'll pocket the scroll.
So, just to clarify, you've got a vial of oil of etherealness, a flask of acid dragon breath, 2 healing potions, the book of notes that Vanderbilt took, scroll of teleportation, the anti-magic manacles, Did you guys investigate the wand? I forget. I know.
It's on Glimmer's belt, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. Dwemer's
Glimmer's.
got some kind of wand.
They don't know
And
that.
14 days of rations. No, Dwemer knows that he has a wand. Nobody else knows
Yeah,
that.
we don't know.
So I'm gonna say that crate was full of apples because that's what it looks like.
That does look like it's full of apples. They're kind of old apples, but you can put lots of spices on them or something. They're food. They're technically edible. Survival.
So
You make apple soup.
I gave up on roll 20 because it hates me. So I went ahead and rolled the physical dice, and I got a 14 and 20 for cooking.
Oh, okay.
Figured the 14 would be some kind of apple bread,
Oh, that sounds really good.
and then I went ahead and made goodberry
Oh.
pancakes.
Nice.
I'm going to
this is
start
a-
going around with trays of food and offering people bread products.
A very filling meal. And everyone is very grateful. Because it's been a very traumatic day. Even though
Right.
they're inside this really bizarre ship, they feel like for the first time they can relax a little bit since their last snack. Although some of them are a little bit worried because last time they were snacking, stuff started happening anyways.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
on that
I'll-
note,
I'll bring the tray up onto the second tier here. It's like
Oh, thank
bread
you.
products. We'll get you bread here.
I like bread. I would like bread. Thank you.
I like bread.
Hot bread, fresh bread,
I like
fruit
bread.
bread,
Um,
nut bread. You know how it is.
Rudo's gonna quietly say, do we need? Should somebody keep watch in case something else shows up
I will
or
keep
more
watch.
rocks? You will keep watch.
I will keep watch as I strum my hardonger.
All right. Are you guys gonna be basically turning in after this for the evening?
I think
Or
so.
at least-
I think the long-term plan is make sure we have enough beds on the ship and basically grab everything useful that's not nailed down, load it onto the ship, and then sleep, wake up, and then go on a voyage.
Yep. Yep. Kakar
So
sadly sends her sister off into space and salutes tearfully. And it floats away. So there's a room available for anybody who doesn't mind,
Would Dwemer
slightly
be
bloody.
interested in like last rites or something?
Yeah, actually, you'll. So Dwemer, as you're passing stuff out, you see Kakar kind of like pulling her sister up. I deleted it, but just assume it's still there. Pulling kind of a makeshift coffin of sorts up to the deck, and getting ready to just kind of shove it off. It's wrapped up in blankets in kind of an intricate style.
all right,
and
so
there's-
I'll saunter up and be like, look, lass, religion's a bit new to me, but not about to force anything on anyone. Would you like me to say a few words, or would you like to be left alone?
I have said some words, but additional words might not hurt. She would appreciate having words said to her, not having more additional words said to someone, said by someone not that squid-faced monster. Yes, please, thank you.
Just alphabet soup.
Glimmer thinks on it for a minute.
She's Kakar's like a very, she's pretty gaunt, but she's also pretty muscly. You get the impression that like, Githzerai are kind of emaciated looking in general, but so she looks surprisingly fit, despite the fact that she hasn't eaten in a while. And you can tell that she's kind of trying to keep a very cool demeanor, like, well, this happens. But you can tell there's like a little quiver of her lip. She's trying to keep it together.
When we're first brought into this world, we're surrounded by those that love us. And as we grow, they teach us what they can. And eventually we all leave to experience the vast wonder that is life. And try to learn and love. We're all sent off into the great unknown alone, which is a sad thing. Because we leave those that love us behind. But life being a search of knowledge, Who can say what wonders she's yet to experience, and whatever lies in the great beyond? We wish to have a better grave for her than she deserves here, but seeing space as it is, there's glory here in the stars. As she drifts, and as we all drift, she'll be accompanied by the very stuff the gods themselves came from. In the name of Thor, I ask that she go in peace and be blessed wherever she comes and be received in the hereafter, just as we all will be. Amen.
Amen. She kind of nods gratefully to you. Also, Kevin, I should have given you inspiration for the cooking, but now definitely take inspiration.
Yeah, but now you get it because that shit was awesome.
That was rad. Thank you. She kind of nods solemnly. Thanks, you. Like, as the body starts to drift off, says, "It is. Our people are used to dying adrift in the stars. It is no shame there. It is just sad that her end was brought by those who used to enslave us."
Oh,
But
I didn't mean to imply shame, lass. I just thought, well,
no, no, no.
everyone likes to be buried near home, or a home they feel is home, instead of out here, God knows where. But
No,
still, as I said, this is a glorious place.
It's not a bad sight. If you don't look in the direction of all the tentacles.
Hey, he claps on as high up on the shoulders you can reach. You got a point, lass. You got
Yeah. She kind of like cracks her eyes, smile, like awkwardly pats you on the back. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna go eat one of those muffins or something. See if
enjoy.
there's any alcohol on this ship. I don't think there is, but you know what? I'm gonna
Glamour
try."
hands her a flask off his belt.
Oh my
Enjoy.
gosh, you are my favorite short person, whoever you are. What's your name again, Dwemer? Thank you.
Glimmer, recently dubbed Cleric of Thor for all the good it's done me so far.
Cleric of who?
Thor,
Never heard of him.
exactly. He's
She
smart
happily
now.
just like claims a chair, puts her feet up on the desk, goes out of her way to put her feet on like all of the nicely laid out paperwork that's up there, and just like fucks it up, and then just reclines drinking.
Yeah, that's like 200-point dwarven whiskey, so you have fun with that. So anyway, Dwemer comes over with his plate of various bread products to Vandril. I want to say Vandril all the fucking time. Vanril and Yend. He's like, so you guys want something to eat? And also, I found this weird stick down in the stores, and he tosses it over to Vanril. It's got runes on it, probably magic. Don't know what.
I should put
What you
meat.
studying?
We found a scroll of teleportation.
Or fixed destination or teleport circle.
It seems to need a circle. So I was poring over old notes in the thin hope of
Well,
providing such.
it's only so useful to us. There's way too many people to transport, and we don't know where we would be going.
Love to be a help, but I've been sworn off going back to my home by magical means. So even if I got one, which I do, I'm not going to help.
Vanril gathers up his notes and then begins pulling his other findings out of just pockets and bags.
Did you say you know a teleport circle where you came from?
I
Interesting.
Why wouldn't you? Why? Sorry. Why wouldn't it work? Dwemer? As she appears from off screen.
So I told this story before, but now that I know you don't speak my language, as it were, I suppose I should probably tell it again. See, lass, I'm not from around here. Very much not so. I didn't even used to be a cleric yet. God, what? 5 weeks, 6 weeks since? Long story short, my home was in imminent danger of being completely swarmed by a band of very violent, very destruction-minded orcs, which we've been at odds with for years. And I was very injured by a scouting party of said orcs, and in desperation, I called out to whatever gods would listen to give me aid, and in exchange, I would give whatever I had in value to them to save my home. And the deal was, Thor would get me fixed up. He would give warning to my village, but in exchange, I had to spread the word of Thor wherever I went from there on. And he took me from my home, and I ended up here with the rest of you.
And you can't ever go back? That's so sad.
Well, like I said, I've got the knowledge of a teleportation circle that leads back to my home, but every time I'm thinking of it, there's a rune missing. And that tells me Thor says no, because I don't know of any other being that can fuck with a man's memory better than gods.
That does sound about right.
I mean, other than liquor.
Like I said, yeah, aye, there's that. So, like I said, I know one. I can't give it to you, so I ain't gonna do all thought look good.
Hmm. Well, maybe someday.
Maybe.
That memory will come back. Now I feel bad that we all had that betting pool about who the Thor guy was, because none of us actually believed you about him.
You know, if you'd asked me 6 weeks ago, I'd have told you that gods were all a figment of people's collective imaginations to make them feel better about things. But considering I had one literally take me from the brink of death and drop me off on some other planet or doorstep, I don't think I can say that anymore.
Yeah.
And his magic powers seem to come from somewhere, right? So... And seriously, 6 weeks ago, I was a fucking hunter and a blacksmith.
Oh, that's cool. One of Hoseki over here, it's in another room, but he can hear you talking over there. He's like, just kind of turns around in his chair and calls back, like, "Oh, wait, you were a hunter?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fairly decent with the bow.
You know, there's a the outpost that I think is near here. They're kind of like a hunters guild. I wonder if maybe there'll be work for you there.
Wait.
If we can get there.
Just so we're clear, what kind of hunting do they do? Because I'm talking about literally providing provisions for the small village I lived in.
Well, I don't know. I've never been there myself.
Yeah,
I imagine
what do
they-
people eat out here?
Well, most people bring rations and food, you know, for enough to last a travel, as people do, as assume, on a sea mission.
Or according to Big Purple and Ugly, you stop by the next neighbouring ship you can find and yoink the passengers for lunch.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
where does the food come from?
Food comes from worlds. Have you never been to another world? Is this your first time in the outer reaches?
This is our first time in space.
Oh, this is gonna be an adventure.
Just dramatic wipe to the credits.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a great adventure. Da-na-na.
And these two are like, oh great, we
Yeah.
are the only two experienced people here, and we have no idea where we are. And there's all of these people who just appeared here. Hi, Kiki. Well, look, we will guide you as much as we know. I'm not familiar with this kind of ship, but hopefully they don't work too differently. We'll help you out. You guys will be fine. People adapt very well in the outer reaches. It's kind of what you either adapt or you freeze and drift off into space. And
So
you
it's
guys,
not much different than living on a planet. You adapt or die trying. Great.
yep,
Good to know.
that's the spirit.
Well, I feel better about our chances now.
Hoseki does like
Mm.
a cool little wheelie dance in his wheelchair. Be like, hey, you got it. Hey, check this out. See, we're fine. We're free. Trusk is dead. There appear to be no other mind flayers in the region, hopefully. And I got some good food in my belly. It's a good day.
Yeah, hopefully they won't come looking for a stolen vehicle.
Miss, did you say your name was Agnes?
Yes, my name is Agnes.
No,
Did
don't
you-
listen to her. She's a terrible liar. Her name's Prudence.
I won't heal you next time. And I won't free you from Shaylin next time. So maybe you want to hold your tongue, little midget.
Her name's Prudence. Don't believe another word she says.
Roll a deception
Mhm.
check.
I just stand up on my legs, just towering over Dwemer, and just pointedly look at him.
Oseki just kind of raises an eyebrow, a crystalline eyebrow, and is like, okay, well there, uh, Agdence, or Prunus, whatever we're calling you,
I am Agnes.
Agnes,
Prudence.
lady, you look like an artisan. I am myself. Well, I once was an artist until, that thing captured me. Do you paint?
I am a bard, so I mainly play my hardonger here.
Oh,
Raises my hardonger, and
you
I have made this magical stuffed cat.
you paint with music. That is equally beautiful, and truly a fascinating stuffed cat. Uh, Perhaps you could play something lively too, or maybe not lively. I guess we're all trying to rest, and you were just playing a song of rest. Uh,
Yes,
well,
I
I,
can
I,
play.
pre- I appreciate hearing you play that instrument. It is nice to have another artistic type around. Uh, my cohort here is not much one for the arts, and Kakar just kind of scoffs and kicks the table again.
That's quite fine. I'm glad that you enjoyed.
It is nice to see some beauty and creativity in the world after some of the darkness we have experienced.
I mean, sometimes the darkness is what enables us to see the beauty.
Well said. Here, here. And he kind of lifts a mug of something, water, I guess. Oh, that's the other thing. One of the barrels has just a. It's like water, but it's like a gel. It's
Ew.
like
Yes,
water,
drink this
water,
space gel.
water pudding. But it appears to be it is hydrating, and it doesn't taste bad. It's just a little weird, just a weird
You're
texture.
you're assuming that we tried it.
Hoseki, you can watch Hoseki drink this jello-y stuff. Yep.
I, every moment I say to myself, it can't get worse than this. And then
Yeah, exactly.
curdled water.
It's not curdled. It's actually you should try it. It's a very soothing texture.
Ask me in the morning.
All right. Do you guys?
Dwemer ribs, yen thing, and Prudence was calling me thick.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't calling him fake.
Thick.
I'm sorry. What now, Todd?
Oh, thick. I heard fake. Your accent's too thick.
Thick like mead.
What is that?
No, I just saw the text name for this upload, and I was like, what now? A whiskey jello capsule. Yep, that's a thing.
Yeah,
And here I
it's
thought
it's a real
dwarves
thing.
were-
Yep.
And here I thought dwarves were supposed to be pissed off at elves all the time.
Oh no, my daughter's an elf.
We got the room to
I
hate
just don't like
anybody.
tieflings.
Thank you, Agnes. And Dwemer, backstory stuff.
Woot.
Frantic director motions. Yes, go on. Proceed.
Just kind of like twiddles with my hardonger and just looks at Dwemer pointedly, just like I wasn't the one throwing insults around first.
You don't know many dwarves, do you, lass?
I've never met any dwarf that's actually been around long enough.
Ah, it's fair. We don't like the open air much.
Someone's never been to Odenheim.
No, actually, I've never been to Odinheim.
Yeah.
That was
In
aimed at Agnes, but also,
You-
yes.
Yeah.
I imagine Dwemer just showed up in like Frogland and was like, "What is
Yeah.
this?"
Oh,
Yes,
In,
good.
like,
why am I
Fairbrook.
surrounded by frogs?
Frog
What the fuck
planet.
is going on?
And
Yeah.
they were like, "Hey, you're an outsider. You should go hang out with those other weirdos up on the mountain."
Oh, great. I've landed on Frog Planet.
Yep.
So actually, Vanril, I have to ask you out of character. Did you actually make the Odinheim crack out loud?
Oh yeah, that was completely in character.
Oh.
Oh God! So
Oh, no.
you see Dwemer immediately go from joking to almost getting whiplash, staring at you. What did you say?
I said that clearly Agnes has never been to Odinheim.
Christ! Oh, I shouldn't be saying Christ anymore. Thor on a cracker. His dad's got a town named after him.
Wait, Odin is Thor's dad?
Aye, Odin One Eye.
Huh. That
King of
might
the
make a lot of
Aesir.
sense. I mean, if Odin's the king of gods according to whatever the heck you're from, it might make sense that he's, linked to other worlds a little bit more prominently.
If the legends are true, he's linked to all the worlds. But like I said, I don't find anyone that knows him.
Wait, so then you also have World Tree Syndrome?
Aye, Yggdrasil.
Agnes just like,
I mean, it would make sense.
Legends state that Odin hung off of Yggdrasil for 3 days to gain all the knowledge of all 3 worlds. However, the other legends in the poetic era say that Jotunheim, Midheim, and Helheim are also connected to other worlds. So there's some kind of bridge of sorts between them and other places. And being Jotunheim is full of ice, and Helheim is, well, full of fire, I assume they would bridge likewise to other similar planes. Midgard being our main world where we lived, so it would possibly link to other places that beings such as ourselves find comfortable. But that's assuming any of the legends are true.
And the two. Hi Kiki. Yes, this is a bad time. I'm sorry. your two ex captives over here, and Kitten has also wandered upstairs. And they're all like, they've all turned and are paying very close attention to this conversation.
So I suppose I should explain my positions on tieflings then, because otherwise it may be a problem, lass. You see, according to legend, Odin's brother, well, half-brother, Loki, was a fire giant. And quite frankly, any children he had who were half a seer and half human, they were tiefling. Loki is also known as the Lie Spinner, the Game Breaker, the Rule Changer. He is, quite frankly, the one that tries to find as much trouble as he can and blame it on somebody else for shits and giggles. And all his progeny like to do the same thing. And we mostly find it very, very annoying. Now, oddly enough, it just gets under our skin. And that's because a lot of the time Loki redeemed himself by palling around with Thor and doing crazy adventurous shit. So he's in almost every major legend Thor is in as just being the braggart tag along that gets Thor in trouble, and then Thor smashes his way out being all heroic and like wash, rinse, and repeat. Until he admitted to killing Bragi, who everyone thought was the best thing since sliced bread. So, I do have a bit of a problem with tieflings. I will try to set it aside on consideration that this world is not like my own, and assumingly, you seem not to be from here either. So please, bear with me. It's a lifetime of prejudice I'm going to be fighting against, and I'm like 230.
I just shrug. Oh, I've met worse.
You may care to know, Dwemer, that in the world that we come from, the tieflings are no more of a asshole disposition than any other race on the planet. Oh, and also that Odenheim that I mentioned, it's the capital of the Dwarf Kingdoms. So,
A
shouldn't we?
full-on kingdom out here. Good crap. Good
But
thought.
skipping over here, saying, interesting that you mentioned that Odin is from another character from your universe that somehow has been mentioned in this universe. It does lend credence to the idea that there are multiple worlds, or not just multiple worlds, but perhaps multiple alternate universes, of so to speak.
I mean,
The
I
other thing is, like I said, Loki was half brothers with Thor, and Thor's known to be a bit. No, sorry, half brothers with Odin, and Odin's also been known to change his guise and appearance in order to be a tricksy son of a bitch. Mostly, though, he did it after for the laugh, and no one was hurt at the end. Yeah, greater pursuit of knowledge without putting the mortals off is basically how the legend spun it. But he was known for changing his appearance, changing his name, and basically fooling people into not knowing he was a god in order to achieve whatever his objective was at the time.
So you're beholden to a bunch of assholes that insist that everyone else is a bigger asshole.
Isn't that the basic description of all gods everywhere?
yeah, to a degree.
This conversation got deep.
Yeah, I don't know if it's this conversation or my time in the squid throne, but I think I need a nap.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't actually know my full lineage.
Hoseki across the way is like, I am actually, I feel that I am probably in a similar boat to you, my tiefling compadre. I am myself, Jin-blooded, but it is something that shows up in our heritage. But my parents were both halflings,
Interesting.
and you'll
I
notice
never-
that now that you look at him, he does look a little. He's like a little short. He's vaguely halfling shaped, Hoseki.
Hmm.
Wait. Jin, like Dijini?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I mispronounced words. Yes.
So-
The Tao, specifically the Earth.
No
At
wonder
least
you
so
got no
it is said.
whirlwind. You're in space. Sorry,
Well-
there's a tribe of very odd southerners in Midgard. I believe in a bunch of rascally critters, none named the Dijini. Kind of similar to Loki. They like to play tricks on people. They grant wishes. They live in bottles. It's very strange. But I'm familiar with a bit of their legends, and oddly enough, their depictions are muscular humanoid from the waist up, and some kind of nebulous thing from the waist down, be it a sandstorm, a thundercloud, the lightning, there's something. So
Sounds about
maybe
right.
your blood's got some more tricks for you that you don't know yet. Look forward to that, eh?
That would certainly be helpful at some point. I kind
But
of
if
wish
you're
I
a ground-based Jane, you might have to actually be on the ground for it to manifest.
Hmm.
Which would explain why you've got your fancy box here in space.
Yeah. It's an interesting idea. It's been a while since I've been planetside.
It's good to
Maybe
know.
give it a try.
Yeah.
It's good to know that so many of these words have so much in common.
Fucking weird, if you ask me.
Weird, but encouraging. It means that wherever we end up, assuming we never get home,
It is interesting.
Can't be that bad.
Yes, yes.
I do think there's a connection. We just have to find the link. But anyways, we should
Agnes
sleep.
just like rubs the back of her neck and just is awkward and like, yeah, parents, thumbs up.
Yeah, parents, am I right?
Parents, like, I don't have any.
Hashtag relatable.
Yep. did Agnes grow up in like an orphanage?
She kind of just woke up and was existing
Aw.
as
That's
like a
sad.
little tiny tiefling.
Aw. A child. Did she live on the streets as a kid?
Sort of a bit of a ragamuffin, but more like she woke up in forest and it was just like, the fuck is this? And proceeded to walk.
Whoa. That's cool though, because if she was old enough to walk, then like it seems like there's a gap in memory there of what happened beforehand.
Agnes is not entirely sure what
Mhm.
happened, but as far as she fully remembers, there are no memories other than just tree.
Hmm. Tree.
Tree.
Shaylin's been sleeping this whole time. Okay. I don't know how long ago you posted that. I'm sorry.
In the middle of this poignant conversation, there's just
Yep. Basically.
Yep.
Shaylin
Well-
is snoring a storm.
Eat bread, turn
Anyways.
off brain, no fight.
Yep.
yep.
Are we keeping watch? Are we sleeping through the night?
We should probably set up a watch regimen.
Yep.
I offered to watch first, so I just kind of like poke I sit my butt outside here with all of my pets. I grab Branwen and little Draggy and puppy,
There.
green puppy.
There, the dragon
So,
is interested in
Kia,
takoyaki. Yes.
was there any coffee in stores?
Make an investigation check,
Christ, now I've got to use roll 20.
or just roll your
I'm just
roll
gonna roll
a
my
t-
dice.
just roll a d20. If you roll high, I'll say yes.
8.
You find a barrel of what at first looks like coffee.
Oh no.
But it is not. It is not coffee. It's got a really weird taste. Do not recommend.
So I went looking for coffee and I found chicory root. Is that what you're telling me?
Sure. I was thinking like Birdie Bot's every flavored beans. You found the vomit beans
Ew.
or the earthworm beans.
I was thinking that it was like maybe gunpowder.
No. I think he would notice if it was gunpowder.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, he might.
Although there is coffee with gunpowder mixed into it, apparently,
They put everything in coffee.
for that extra zing.
It's so stupid. Coffee's so stupid.
Yes, because I want sulfur and St. Peter in my fucking coffee.
Yeah.
No.
Saltpeter, yeah. Okay. You're keeping watch with all of your animal horde.
Yes.
Ichaka is also gonna come out and keep watch and just hang out with you if you're cool with that.
Yes.
Make sure to get some sleep.
Yep. Well, they're taking the first watch, so first watch is four. I think watch is 4 hours. No, wait.
I mean, it's as long as we want it to be.
Yeah. How many shifts are you doing? Who's taking the next watch?
When Shaylin wakes up, she'll take the next watch.
Okay. Is there going to be a third watch?
Drum will take the third watch.
Okay. So if there's 3 watches, then math. 8 hours divided by 3. That doesn't math right.
No, you need to cut it into like 4s.
And roll will take fourth watch.
There you go. All right, 2 hours. Yeah, and then everybody will get enough sleep if you rotate the watches. Okay. So first watch, Achaka is gonna hang out with you and just admire Branwen and happily talk about animals and stuff. I don't know if you would have ever really hung out with this person in the institute. She studies magical animals, basically, is her thing.
And you've
Um,
got the menagerie.
And you've got a menagerie following you, so she's immediately like, "Hi, I know I've seen you in the halls, but like, we should be friends. Tell me about this crab, this warlock cursed crab. Is it actually cursed by a warlock?
From
I
what
have questions."
From what I could tell, yes, there is a magical enchantment upon this crab.
See, when you said was he cursed by a warlock, I wanted the crowd to be like, I was cursed by a warlock.
Yeah, the crab's getting ready to. Exactly that. That's canon.
I just pat my crab.
Yeah, yep.
I pat
It's funny though, because Branwyn sounds almost happy about it this time, being like, "Yeah, that is me. I was the one cursed by a warlock. It was me.
People are listening to me. They finally get it.
Yep. They understand. Yes, I
This is
warlock.
this is what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Was cursed by.
Yep. Lots of gesturing and snapping of the claws dramatically at the air.
He also
Uh,
likes takoyaki.
Yeah. He's happily like one hand eating the takoyaki, the other gesturing dramatically as if it is telling you a story. But it's all just the regular set of words. Warlock. Warlock, I was cursed. Warlock. Larry, the pseudo dragon, is sitting right next to Branwyn, just watching, just licking his chops and just thinking that crab looks pretty delicious. But he will also eat his own takoyaki if you're offering more.
Alright, I am offering him takoyaki so he doesn't eat Branwyn.
I will say, let's see. No, that takoyaki is still fresh.
Isn't
'Cause you've had
Branwyn
it for,
a
like,
coconut crab?
Say again?
Isn't Branwyn a coconut crab?
He's pretty big.
Because if he was a coconut crab, there's no way a fairy dragon would fuck with that shit.
No, I don't think
He's
he's
a trash can.
Yeah.
They're
And pseudo dragons are like
cat
cat-sized.
crab family.
I don't think it's actually a coconut crab. It's just a big version of It's like a
Little
Well,
sand crab.
I
Yeah,
just
those
see the
little-
one giant claw and I think, coconut crab, because that's what the coconut crabs do. They get one teeny little claw, and one giant claw,
yeah. Well,
and
but
they're
sort of
size
like
of a trash can.
sort of like fiddler crab. But coconut crabs also have those butts, those big long butts that they use to help like grip. I'm picturing
True.
more of like a little sand crab, but slightly bigger. I can say Larry is about cat-sized. Branwyn is rabbit-sized. So it's still pretty big for a crab.
Well,
And
sorry, guys,
Branwyn
I was
would
trying
have
to argue you with a living combat helmet, but I guess it failed.
no. Branwyn's more accessory than anything. Sorry.
It's like a helmet, but it's angrier and snappy.
Yeah. But
They
yeah,
can use the help command on bonus rounds.
Chaka happily watching all of this. Go ahead and Agnes make a perception check for me.
19.
A 19. You see a really cool. It looks like a shooting star actually go whizzing past. And it leaves a trail of what looks like a rainbow runway momentarily behind it. And you realize there's almost like not a fluid floating around, but there's something about this that's not quite. It looks like the night sky that you're used to, but when you see objects interact with it, it's almost like they're leaving ethereal oil slicks behind, like pools of color.
Pretty.
Yeah. It is. It's also just like super pretty to watch, and like a couple more fall, and you guys are like, "Ah, shooting stars, make a wish." Stuff like that. And one piece, a small fragment of one as it shoots by, actually bounces down and lands on the ship, and you see like a little cool glowing gem.
Ooh, I go and pick it up because shiny.
Yeah. It's funny. It actually kind of looks like It looks like a raw version of. Well, actually, make an intelligence check for me.
Oh, wow. I'm not smart. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
I am smart.
So you know that the institute has all of these crystals built into the wall called beacons. They kind of look like rupees. If you've ever, Zelda rupees,
yes.
they're carved, faceted. At least the ones around the institute. And they were put in the walls to help protect. There was some like ghost outbreak a while back, and this is supposed to be part of their ghost defense system. Supposedly, is what you've been told. But this little crystal looks like the same coloration and has the kind of the same glow as the beacons. It doesn't look carved. It doesn't look like it's a finished beacon, but it looks like it's got that same kind of bit of magic to it.
Interesting.
Oh, and you actually, that's right. You guys, because I forgot you when you were in the plane of water. You guys actually had to go hunting for more crystals, also as a power source.
Yes.
For yeah. So yeah, this looks a little bit like the rock crystals you saw in that cave with all the shark people.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I pick it up and kind of twiddle it in my hand and, hold it up, trying to get a better look at it through the light.
Yep. It's
Just,
pretty.
yeah, pretty rock.
It's fun. It's something about the structure of it seems to reflect light really well into very specific directions.
Is it magical? Can I check if it's magical?
Sure. I guess. Let's see. Would be an Arcana. I feel like that'd be detect magic.
Is that an Arcana check?
Yeah, do Arcana.
16.
16. You got a pretty good idea that it's magical in some way, or that it can.
Become magical.
Yeah, it's more like a spell component.
I wonder if we can use this to teleport ourselves.
Maybe. Achaka still actually has the hamster tube. Wait, did Achaka take the hamster tube?
Somebody did.
I know somebody did. I'm assuming it was Achaka.
We
She
were
likes to do.
turning it into a cell phone.
That's right. Yeah. So she actually pulls out the hamster tube and is like, you know what? I wonder if we could like send a message to the. Well, we don't have the hamsters. Never mind. I wish there was a way we could communicate with the administrator.
Don't we just like attach it to a wall?
I
And
mean,
it
maybe.
works?
I don't know. She kind of tries propping it up next to a wall. And then she kind of tries shaking it to see if like she can make a hamster fall out.
What if I put what if I attach the crystal to the tube?
You could try it.
I just kind of like slap the crystal on the tube to just like make it stick.
It's interesting when you touch the crystal to the tube. There's almost like a reverse magnetism happening. The crystal feels like it's repelled a little bit by the tube.
All right. Do I need to ask the crystal permission before I slap it onto something? Mr. Crystal, may I utilize your abilities to contact person I need, please and thank you?
Achaka just kind of laughs and is like, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know anything about how the crystals work. I don't know if the tubes use the crystals or if they're their own thing. We might need a small animal to go in the tube. And she sees the little brain thing is like, okay,
Brain puppy.
Agnes, can I borrow your brain puppy?
Let me talk to Matchig here and just okay. Oh, by the way, Matchig also means muddy.
Mushy
And soggy.
Mushy. I think your squishy friend is the smallest of these.
Yes.
If this
so
token is correct, yeah.
Look over at Matchig and said, "Can you fit in this tube? Can you please try and fit into this tube? If not, it's okay." And I give it a little pat.
It would be a tight fit, but make a persuasion check and/or animal handling, whatever you think.
Persuasion.
You know, it kind of like it looks at you, and it kind of like tries to poke its little head in there, and the butt end of it gets stuck.
All right.
And it's pretty gross looking because there's just kind of brain oozing around the edges of the tube.
Okay, Brain Puppy, that's okay. I'll help you out. I don't think Brain Puppy is small enough.
No.
No, I don't
Well-
think he's small enough. But what if I pull out my stuffed mitten? What
Is it-
what if I could put mittens through this? Because my stuffed mittens is relatively small.
Is it more like hamster sized?
It's like a kitten.
Yeah, you could probably give it a cram it in there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just kind of like I start playing my hardonger and
So when you animate it with the hardonger, how far can it get away from you before it stops? What is the range on this?
I
stuffed
think how
animal.
I kind of decided is that it basically, as long as it can hear me to some degree, it will work. It just gets less operational.
The farther it gets.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like it will like if I give like permission for it to like listen to other music, it can keep going.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I could like put a note, like write a note, attach it, and play my hardanger to put mittens through the magical tube
It's worth a
to
try.
to the administrator. I just don't want to lose mittens.
Therein lies the rub. If it works, you don't really know if you'll get mittens back. I don't know if you've paid attention to the hamsters that deliver messages back and forth. It's hard to tell if they are the same hamster or if they're always different hamsters. I mean, they definitely come in different variations, but it's hard to tell if they are.
Alafos
This-
had hamsters come back.
It's true. He had named them. That's right, because I forgot that you hung out with the Lephos. Right. I'm getting the groups already mixed up. Yes.
So
Yeah.
I would probably get mittens back as long as like the administrator sent mittens back, or like if the administrator like, wait, what if we made like a recording, like a music box recording of my hardanger and put it on mittens?
You could try it. I will say, because you hung out with the Lephos, you probably know that there seems to be also something special about his hamsters.
Yeah.
Alephos, by the way, for the people who are not in the other game, is, you know this name. This is the bird that runs the mailroom. He runs the hamster tubes that deliver messages back and forth. In the institute. He's a birdman.
He's a fucking weirdo.
He is pretty weird. He likes to grease the hamsters. It's very upsetting. Occasionally, you guys get
God, the
hamsters
grease.
covered in grease, and
It reduces their friction coefficient.
then you have to complain to housekeeping to come clean up the grease. For some reason, they will not fire this bird, even though he keeps greasing the hamsters. It's a whole thing.
He's the only one who knows where all the tubes go, and they're not labeled.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Yep.
Maybe not send mittens through, but what if
I wrote at least 4 complaints about him.
Quit sending me these greased potatoes. I'm
Yeah.
not hungry.
The fact that he wasn't even involved with my side of things is
Too much.
I do think at
Never
least
mind.
once you got a greased fish in the tube after you sent a complaint. Or a Dow. No, darn it. I'm getting characters mixed up too. A Dow got a greased fish. Van Roll would
No,
not
no,
help. That'd be confusing.
no,
Never
he didn't,
mind.
because he did not live at the institute.
Ah, you're right. A Dow spared Alephos' wrath. Anyways, what were you gonna try, Agnes?
would Branwyn fit in the tube?
Branwyn, I said was rabbit sized. Branwyn could probably try it, yeah.
Branwyn, how much cursed warlock power do you have to fit in this tube?
Branwyn kind of tilts its whole body in a questioning way, because it can't tilt just its head, and just kind of goes, I was cursed by a warlock?
Shit. Hmm.
I was really hoping he would say that differently.
I was cursed?
Yeah.
I
like,
was cursed.
Oh, I was cursed by a warlock.
Yeah.
That would have given me confidence.
Yep.
Do we have anything else small?
Not on you currently.
Shoot.
You could try sending. You could just. I mean, Branwyn would probably fit. Again, it'd be a pretty tight fit.
I don't want to lose my pets.
Ichaka's like, hey, this is a clue. Why don't we wait? I'm sure the administrator will send another message.
Let's try and strap this to a wall. Maybe it needs a wall to work. Maybe
Could
it's too vertically challenged.
that could be it. There's something about the hamsters are getting all around. Maybe it's upside down. I don't even know which way is up now. And she's kind of like rotating it, the tube.
I just like motion to take the tube,
Okay.
and grab it, and then I just vigorously shake it.
Hoping for a hamster to come out.
Yeah.
Roll a D100.
Oh god. Is this a wild magic thing? That is not wild magic. I got a 24.
Yeah, no hamster comes out.
Shoot. I still vigorously shake it.
It makes kind of a cool whistling sound. Because it's just a pipe at this point, so it's just like, it's
Yeah.
making cool. You vaguely are like, oh, it's kind of a cool musical instrument.
Maybe
but
if I like blow
hamsters.
through it. Just
You
blows
blow-
through the tube.
blow on the hamster tube.
Yeah.
You blow on the hamster tube. No hamsters come out. Sounds vaguely like a didgeridoo. Didgeridoo? Didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Yep. Alas, no hamsters.
Damn.
Ichaka just kind of laughs and is like, I like the way you think. You're a good thought thinker. We should.
I then stick my arm in the tube, like trying to see if I can
Yeah.
reach in to find a hamster.
It's not a huge piece of tube. You're actually able to put your arm all the way through the other side and wiggle your fingers.
Yes, I wiggle my fingers. Is it
Yeah.
all the way through? Does my arm go through the entire tube all the way to the other side?
Yep.
Or is it like in a? Okay.
Yes, and it's very funny.
Yeah, because you can't bend your arm now. It's like if you ever put your hand in your arm in that, like, if you're at Home Depot and you see that, like, duct
Yes.
tubing,
Yeah.
and you're like, tee I'm a robot. This
Yeah.
might be very specifically
Yeah.
me, but
then
Maybe
I-
y'all didn't do that when you were a kid.
Just has my arm through the tube and is like,
yeah.
well, I can't grab any hamsters, so I think it's just a normal tube now.
Well, let's hang on to it just in case. The administrator has some weird magic. I don't know, and I don't know if we need this thing or not. But better safe than sorry, right?
Yes.
Well, it was worth a try. And hey, you got a cool, a little crystal thing. That was cool. Maybe
Very
that'll be
much so.
useful.
Hopefully, it did show to be magical-ish,
Yeah.
so maybe in future it will be handy. Maybe
knows?
it is weird precious currency thing? Question mark.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Who knows? Anyways, that was your watch. Who was up next? Shaylin?
Yep.
Dwemer. Or was it Dwemer?
No,
Brown had
Shaylin,
third.
Alright, Shaylin!
Okay.
go back into my.
Jalen's taking up the
house.
watch.
And you get a good night's sleep,
Yes.
Agnes, presumably.
Can I
Unless-
move all of my animal babies?
Here. Alright, let me see. Controlled by... Larry is gonna stick around with the Chaka, because he's a freewheeling lizard.
That's fine.
He
I
does.
just throw him some more takoyaki
Yep.
before going in.
He hangs out next to whoever he feels like, but I will make the brain controlled by... Alright, see if you can move the brain now.
Yes, brain puppy is mine.
Okay.
Uh,
Chaka, go to sleep. Shaylin! Let's see. Do you want to...
goes out, and if she thinks she's alone, she starts to sing.
Okay.
When you wish upon star, world domination don't seem far. Anything your heart desires, steal for yourself.
Air is
When
like
you
lurking
sit
in...
so bad off key, you know you are bothering me. Keep it up, and I swear to Thor, I'll hit you with my hammer.
Yes.
I get
Air just leaned his head around the corner and is like, I was gonna offer to do watch with you, but you know what, I think you got it. And then he just wanders off.
but it
You-
good
you
song.
good. Nope, you're
Every
good.
night.
You're good. Have a good night. Going to bed now.
Uh,
Shaylin, roll a
her
perception check.
master taught her some very messed up stuff. Roll for what?
Yeah. Perception. Perception.
Alright, rolling for perception. I should get my character sheet out. Brr, brr, brr. Or am I? There I am. Show me perception.
Oh man, it's already 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, guys.
Mhm.
For what?
Holy cow,
Okay.
Shaylin. 26.
Oh wow.
All right.
So
You
what
see,
happened?
well, okay. So there's lots of fragments of just like asteroids and little pieces of rock floating by. And one of them
Mhm.
flows real close, that you could actually grab it.
Oh,
And
Shaylin grabbed it.
you grab it. There's some little plant life on it. It's very it looks like it was like a bright pink plant, but it's kind of wilted. But there's like a little you as you poke at it, there's like a little fairy. Uh, it is sadly looks like it might be dead. You're not sure. Curled up, trying to take shelter inside this plant.
Shaylin smells the plant and softly pokes at it.
You poke the plant. Are you trying
Yes.
to like wake the fairy or make it move?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll the d20 for me.
All right. 10.
Yeah, close enough. The little fairy kind of twitches and wheezes and goes,
Are you okay?
Where am I?
I don't know.
Oh, what what happened?
I don't know.
Oh. And then the fairy dies. No, I'm just
Aw.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But she does go to sleep. She kind of like looks really dejected, and it's like, well, I'm just going to
Uh,
sleep for a little while now, I guess. Who are you? Where am I? Well, no, wait, I already asked that. Shit, I sound like
Uh,
Rudrir.
I am Shaylin. And you are?
My name is Arabella.
Hi, Arabella. Are you hungry?
Oh, yes, do you have any honey?
I might need to check. I don't think I have honey, but Shaylin has a lot of meat.
You can offer the fairy some meat.
Okay, Shaylin offers the fairy some dino meat.
Some dino meat.
Yep.
She like politely tries to take a bite. And then you see her do the thing where she's like, "Oh yes, it's very delicious," and like tries to toss it over her shoulder, like trying to be a
Shaylin's
polite
nodding,
host.
and then
But
the fairy takes that
yep,
chance.
it's a no, she's a pixie, not a fairy. Sorry, there's actually a difference. Fairies are big, pixies are tiny. Subclass.
Uh, let's see. I think Shaylin got one of the apple things earlier, so she offers her part of the
Okay.
apple.
The fairy perks up and ravenously starts eating the apple. And she just kind
Is
of
it a fairy or a pixie?
pixie. I'm sorry.
Pixie fairy.
It is a pixie.
like,
York.
I'm
I
getting
just
confused.
corrected myself and then forgot. It is a tiny winged person. No, give me not that. Give me a pixie. Roll 20. And as you're holding the plant also does perk up a little bit too. But yeah, she happily eats the apple. But since you don't seem to know anything, she just kind of hangs out and
Hey, your home is healing.
watches stuff. Oh, you do like the plant? Like, oh, this is
Mhm.
my. I don't know what. Where's the there? I had a tree. There were so many flowers. Where are they all now? They're all gone. And she's looking at all of the space around her and all of the rocks floating by, just kind of with a look of horror on her face.
Want me to put you where the plants are?
Oh, yeah, maybe that'd be good. I like plants. Are there
Okay.
plants in the ship? Oh, you brought the house plant in
Yeah,
too, didn't you?
we brought the thingamabob in, so yeah,
I
we have
appreciate that
plants
you
to
guys
kind of power it.
saw this kind of like weird alien ship, and we're like, it needs houseplants.
Yeah.
We need to make it homey,
Something to break up the purple.
We need to make
Yeah.
it not a nightmare, vessel.
A nightmare realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you go and you take her down to the. Do you leave your watch?
Just real briefly, just to put her down with the plants.
Okay.
And then, do you need anything else?
Nope.
Also, Shaylin's not intelligent, so.
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
alright.
So
She's
Shaylin leaves the fairy, or pixie,
Okay.
and goes back to her watch.
Yes, Pixie. I wish
Or,
the picture would load. I have one. Load, darn you.
Should I make... Oh, should I just make it more interesting and have Shaylin forget that she's on watch?
Roll.
That does seem very on brand.
That seems very on brand. I'm cool with it. However you want to play it, Todd.
Maybe the little goblin dude realizes. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
that
Error
Shaylin's-
eventually. Error
Mhm.
watches as you wander off with a rock with a plant and a little ferret, little pixie bug person. Is like, what? Really? Ah. And I gotta do everything around here. And then he goes and grumpily sits out and keeps the rest of the watch. All right. Very good. So
Shaylin's playing with the fairy, like, where you come from?
Hi, I come from the moon meadow. In the green
Moon
glade.
Meadow?
The moon meadow, yes. Hi,
Is
I don't
that on Moon?
on the moon. No, it's in the Feywild. Where are you from? This isn't everything's so gray here.
I'm from... What do we call our world?
The prime material plane, technically, but I don't know if people go around.
We don't actually have a terminology because the concept of
Other planes.
Yeah, there was no such thing as distinguishing it from other worlds. It just was not
Yeah.
done.
Although there's probably something like, I guess no, we only call Earth Earth because we have to distinguish it from other planets, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a thing that should be done on the World of Beasts, but we never had that discussion, so...
I don't know. I feel like even without knowing about other planets, a lot of mythology has like this god or whatever represents the Earth, and this one represents the sky. So there's still a distinction of. There should probably be a name of some sort for the
Well,
land you
even-
are from.
even
Plus,
then,
the elves flat out know through their divinity that Carillion Liarthan comes from a different plane of existence entirely. So,
This is true.
they know they're not native to wherever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a discussion we should have as a group. So if anybody's
Yeah.
got an idea of what we could call the World of Beasts...
Yep.
So, let me
Although
have
there
a
is-
placeholder here.
I will say, Kevin, I think there's a knowledge gap. There's like a bit of missing history somewhere in there. So like Kitten, who's been studying planes, there's some of the knowledge about the planes in different worlds has been erased or hidden or just forgotten over time. So they're kind of rediscovering some of that information.
well, the point that you're getting at, and what this entire conversation is pointing to, is that there's plenty of words to describe where we live, but there's no consensus. There's not a singular one.
Correct.
So
It's almost
it,
like
it,
we're a post-apocalyptic world.
it's no, it's that we never even made the jump in the first place.
Yeah.
Pre-Galileo.
Yeah, exactly. It hasn't happened yet. We're working on it.
Yep.
But anyway, Todd. So in
I come from.
no. It's honestly just like, what frame of reference does Shaylin actually have for this question? That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
What
what religion and God does Shaylin follow?
yeah, what
Or-
would Shaylin say?
What would Shaylin say?
Mm-hmm.
I come from the sea.
You come from the sea.
See,
I imagine
okay.
you probably
Yep.
just refer to whatever country or land you're from. Wherever your dragon friend came from.
Mm-hmm.
The sea.
I
Dramatically.
come from
Ah,
the sea.
the fairy
It's
goes.
where I
The
will
sea.
be.
The fairy goes. Ah, the sea. And you guys have a good old time talking about nonsense. I assume.
Sorry.
How are the Feywilds?
Well,
Feywilds sound wild.
it's pretty wild. I mean, it's full of Fae. Fae's gone wild. I don't know. It's the weirdest, the dang weirdest thing. You know, I was just sleeping in my flower, and then suddenly it was gone. What's that about?
I don't know. Sounds like somebody stole it.
Or maybe I was stolen. Did you steal me? And she puts up her little fisticuffs.
Shaylin tilts her head and was like, "You landed in my hands."
I don't know that. I was. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right. Yep, that's true. Well, we're friends now.
We are friends. And then Shaylin extends her pinky to shake.
It's like the gods made two of them.
Except one of them is very small and pocket sized.
Yeah.
So Shaylin can carry around a pocket sized Shaylin.
Pocket Shaylin.
Yep. My pixie token will not load for the life of me. I don't know why. Everything else will load.
Again, I need to write this down.
Arabella here. She's gonna be portrayed by a fairy dragon because the pixie does not want to load. Also,
Arabella.
fairy dragons are. Yeah, Arabella.
Arabella.
Yep. That'll be your watch.
Okay.
Dwemer.
Well,
God. Yep.
Right.
Time for the watch.
Time for the watch. Stomp, 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 stomp.
It's like at a convention.
I
looks like we're
eyeball
stepping over.
Brandon for a minute.
Don't touch my Branwen. I say
You were
I do.
cursed by a warlock.
I was cursed by a warlock. Branwen's a morning
Right.
crab.
No, it's
Branwen's a boarding crab.
Yeah. Branwen is chipper.
We'll see about that in about 20 minutes.
Yep.
Thonk. Thonk, Prudence, thonk.
Don't bully my crab. He's just a baby.
Era's like,
Um,
oh, thank God. There it is. The other one, the half elf, was supposed
The
to be
idiot.
doing watch. Yeah,
Right.
just wandered off mid watch.
Anything to
I just-
report?
I don't know. I didn't see nothing. Just space and rocks and weird glowy shit.
Alright, and Mr. Goblin.
I saw a rock. I saw another rock. I saw
Ah.
so many rocks. I'm going away now.
Aye.
Alright, Dwemer.
So, this hammer probably needs to go.
Oh yeah, I was just like, yeah, let's just yeah. Just you and your hammer. Do you
Right.
want a watch, buddy?
Or
Or do you wish to contemplate?
I wish to pray to Thor.
Oh, okay.
So, he's gonna settle in, be like, right, so we both know I'm new at this sort of thing, but I need to swap out some of these mystical bullshit spell things you give me. One of these idiots keeps saying he's cursed by a warlock, so I'd like that remove curse thing back, please. Let's pretty much keep as it is. We need all the food and water we can get, so creative food and water is good. And I suppose the second and thirds are just fine for what I've got already. Thank you kindly, Mr. Thor, as it were. You're newest idiot on the staff, Dwemer.
You as you were saying all of this, and you're just kind of staring out into space as you're saying this, or are your eyes closed?
I'm
think?
staring out in space, sure.
You see what you think is the brief flicker of lightning through there's a nebula, I guess. There's a space cloud, and you see somehow, improbably, a bolt of lightning flicker in it briefly in response to your prayer. And you hear a faint rumbling of thunder, and that is all. You feel as if your prayers were heard somehow.
Right.
In this place.
I don't know.
I put my
Space
head back
storms
to
is
the
the
door. Branwen, get over here.
Warlock? I was cursed by a warlock?
Aye, get over here.
Yeah, scuttle. Inch.
I touch him on his head. Remove curse,
Oh boy. Oh
which
boy.
literally removes all curses.
Oh boy. Let's see here. Let me dig through some notes.
It means that Branwen won't be able to say fuck anymore.
That's a possibility. I wrote down like 5 ideas here. I don't remember which one I went with, so let me stand by.
I'm so sad if you hurt my crab.
You know what? I think actually I would like to end with that as the cliffhanger, if you don't mind.
Oh man.
You see Branwyn start to glow with divine energy, a little bit crackle because Thor, and it seems as if some sort of transformation is happening, but we'll find out next
Okay.
time on D&DZ.
Oh, well, shit, I just got back, so what did I miss?
Taylor's been gone this entire time.
Oh no! Just Dwemer's trying
We'll
to.
have
Well,
to watch.
Dwemer's trying to uncurse Branwyn.
You could say I've got the touch. I've
He's
got
got
the
the-
power.
The power.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
Also,
enough.
Todd made friends with the fairy. And Agnes.
I was here for the fairyism.
Okay, yep.
I basically just woke up and took watch, prayed to Thor to change out some of my spells, took remove curse as one of them, and then tried to remove the curse on the fucking crab because he's been saying he was cursed by a warlock the entire time I've known him.
Yep.
And I'm curious what'll happen.
Yep. And we'll find out next time.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yay. That seems like
Fantastic.
as good as cliffhanger as I need to end on, so yay! We didn't manage to get off the boat at all. That is alright. I hope
Hey,
you guys had fun. There's
that's
some
a-
good roleplay.
That's a problem with a lot of series. It's hard to get off the boat.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a boat.
I mean, to be fair, of the actual time elapsed, I actually think we made more progress this session than like the last two put together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of I appreciate that there was some good like character backstory and some cool discussions going on
Mm-hmm.
about gods and planes and stuff.
We don't get XP.
Last time?
No,
we
you do-
don't get XP.
We do yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So do not worry about experience. Although you guys did just level up right before we started this chunk
Mhm.
of the campaign. So story beats. I will let you know after a certain story beat when you can level up again.
Okay.
Unless you guys hate that, then I can switch to experience if you want.
No,
But
I'm into it.
I'm a fan of milestone
beats
XP. Alright, cool. Well, thank you for playing, everybody. Kevin, that was awesome again, also. Just, I would be like, take inspiration, but you already have it, so fuck it.
Yay.
Good role playing. Good role playing, everybody.
Mhm.
Kelly, excellent role playing with Agnes.
Thank you.
Yep. Yend
Mhm.
and Vanril, also good role playing with your shenanigans with the scrolls and everything.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm going to turn inspiration into a checkbox because there seems you can hold one at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you can only have one inspiration, alas.
That's fine. I've got checkbox.
But it's still cool to have, and it carries over. So, that's the thing. Did everybody write down the magic items you got?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I need to.
Oh yeah, did anybody look at the wand? I feel like
Yeah, I
you
handed
wandered
it
up
off
there.
the Vendrill and then wandered off to disseminate food and sleep.
Well, okay, so we'll have to actually inventory that because like we need to have a powwow to actually disseminate magic items.
Okay.
Because I don't intend to just hoard all of these potions in my butt pack.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I
make it,
imagine everybody gathers around and Vanril is just like he opens his coat and there's just a bunch of vials. Like, what are you buying?
so next
Yes.
morning we figure out what everything is. We divvy it up. We gotta remember to do that next time.
I'm adding hamster
The
to
Resident Evil 4
magic items
merchant is a
list.
distant
Dispense
relative of
magic shit.
Dispense magic ship. Yes, got it.
Hashtag next session.
And yeah, so next week it might not be a super long one. It might be this one's also kind of a shorter. Well, we played for 2.5 hours or so. That's not
Mhm.
terrible. Could
I
go
mean,
longer, but
it's
also I need to get
quality
work.
over quantity, or
Yeah.
yeah, quality over quantity.
So yeah. Next week probably about the same length, maybe a little bit shorter, but we can get a little bit more in. And then yeah, and then like I said, I'll be gone for 2 weeks afterwards, but this way at least it won't be a huge break again. Sorry for that, everybody.
It's all right. Life.
Mhm.
And I will
No worries.
post the days that I'll be gone in the chat next time after we've played.
Yay.
Cool. Well, thank you for playing, everybody. I hope you had fun. Is there anybody who did not get a chance to talk enough that I talked over? If so, I am sorry.